All good. So, hi, my name is Onepeg. I'm a full-time content creator on Twitch and on YouTube. I've made over 250 videos about Tarkov. I've got, I don't know, 5,000 hours in Tarkov, something like that, almost. And I like shooting people in the knees with the KS-23. So that's about it.
All right, Dinez, can you hear us?
I might be able to hear you, but I might have some line in and line out issues.
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
So when you talk, we hear you, and then soon after that, we hear your double voice, or we hear you twice.
Okay.
Do not worry. Do not worry. Try to fix it. And in the meantime, we're gonna talk to Samosh. Yes.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay, Samosh, go ahead.
I'm Sam. I've been playing Tarkov for 4 years since it was in alpha. Die a lot. Ain't very good at it. Make guides. Been streaming for about 3 weeks. So, yeah. I like helping people, but I don't know what I'm doing myself half the time.
All right. Kippenbro, can you hear us?
Yes. Hello.
Yes. All right. So, would you mind? You joined a bit late. We were at the phase where we are introducing ourselves. Would you mind saying some words about yourself?
Sure thing. Sorry, I had some. I had dinner and then I had some unexpected family visitors.
Okay.
So, all right. Yeah, I'm Kippenbro. I mostly play Tarkov. Lately, I've been on a little Valheim bender,
Okay.
as many others have. But usually a very aggressive of a play style. I've been playing for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Loving the community.
All right. And we'll leave the best for the end. Shina, would you say something about yourself?
Yes. Hello, my name is Kate Shina, and I'm from Poland. I play Escape from Tarkov since November 2017, and I have something like 8,000 hours.
Wow.
My main map is the lab. I'm lab player, and yeah, I'm full-time mom.
All right. So very nice to have you guys. Kippen, we were talking about. You joined a bit late. It's not a problem. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just going to repeat the info that I was talking about at the beginning. The main goal of the podcast is going to be helping people out, teaching the fundamentals of Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, you guys have gotten a script with some questions that we have gathered and some questions which we have found which could be important for the newcomer to Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, you guys have them all. I don't know if you read them or not. We did podcasts before. I remember one with Glorious, when Glorious said, "What? Did we get a script? Where are the questions?" You know, so it's totally fine. Yeah, but I am sure that based on your experience, you guys are going to be able to handle this. Yeah. So without further ado, if you guys want to add something, just interrupt me and go for it. Yeah. But if not, without further ado, we're just going to go for it. Yeah. Just right off the bat. I'm going to go with the first one. Is Escape from Tarkov a game that I should play? Is Escape from Tarkov for me? Where will I fit into Escape from Tarkov or into this EFT universe? Will I have fun? Or how can I make the game fun for me? And then feel free to answer however you feel free.
I'm going to say no.
To all of the questions.
Yeah,
Just
unless you have a lot of disposable income for new keyboards and monitors. Because, things are going to get smashed. Yeah. It's frustrating.
Okay, why are we playing it then? Why are we buying it?
Because it's like crack. You get you don't want to do crack, but once you're doing crack, you can't stop doing crack. It's one
I
of
guess
those.
I just
things.
like being abused. I don't know.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay.
What it is.
Yes. Shina, you wanted to say something?
Yes. I want to say I love this game because for me, this game is sometimes like a big roller coaster. One day you love this game, second day you want to put monitor through the window. One day you think you are king on the map because you can destroy everyone on the map, and second day you met better players who send you to the lobby all the time.
Yes.
And your confidence is so low. And yeah, I love this game for that. But if someone watching this game and he wanna buy this game, probably can be for him.
Okay, so who would you recommend? Going back to like the most serious part, because there's going to be people like, okay, honestly, but I really want to buy it. Should I, or who would you guys recommend this game? Someone who's coming from Minecraft or Sims, or someone who has a bit of experience with first person shooting, or what are your guys' recommendations?
I would say. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead, Dinez. It's fine.
Okay, I would say clearly first-person shooters. Like, we all know that EFT doesn't no other game I feel like translates your skills to EFT, because EFT, in my opinion, is based to game sense. You need a lot of game sense. Even if you are not good at aiming or something, you need a lot of game sense to make things work in the game.
Please explain
And
game sense.
like making plays,
Okay.
make your plays, make your movements, where to move, where to get cover, how to control the map, where people coming from.
Yes.
If somebody comes from the left, where to get cover from, and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like if you play Sims or something, or Roblox or Minecraft, you don't get that experience, at least in a bit. In a bit, if you play Counter-Strike, you know what you have to do in certain positions. And I think like first-person shooter must be a thing to come at least to Tarkov, because this game is kind of heavy. Even if you're reading and all that kind of stuff, you know, you still can get killed. Like,
okay, there he is, Kippenbro. We can see you. Hi.
I got it working. I got it working in the end.
All right, Onepeg, you wanted to add something to this?
So I would take a little bit of a different angle with it, and I would say like guys that are used to like the online PvP of like Rust and Ark, because they're used to frustration and like working past it. Maybe not the toxicity associated with those games, but you know, you can leave that shit behind. But like people that are used to, or like Dark Souls, like people that are used to having to grind away on frustrating aspects of those like more difficult games, and from like the survival sense, and like be able to excel after a certain amount of time. Because people that tend to gravitate toward Tarkov are people that can deal with all of the like they're getting their ass kicked for a while so that they can figure it out, because they want to be able to beat it. And that's like the thing that wanted me to like play I always played shooters when I was younger, but the thing that drew me to the game was because it was like, okay, well, this game clearly is punishing. Now I want to figure out how I'm going to be able to beat it back, you know, at some point later on down the line. And that's, you know, it's just the grind. So but I absolutely agree with what Sheena said about there are days where you feel like, you know, you can't lose, and then there's days where you just get completely frustrated, and you know, you have to turn the game off and walk away. But that's the thing that keeps you coming back. Like, you want to be able to make the play, because you know how difficult it is to make the play and be the winner on certain instances. So that that high is definitely the thing that you chase.
Okay, anything to add, guys, to this question? The question was whom I should recommend, or whom would you recommend Escape from Tarkov? Is this a game for everybody, or do you have?
I think no, certainly not.
Definitely not. Okay.
No. Because I've come from DC and I've come from Tarkov, and both are the best games that I've ever played.
Okay.
So like I wouldn't recommend them even to like my worst enemies. But once you try it, you like. There's something about it. There's something unique about this game, right?
Okay.
But
so
at the same time, you tell people it's not a game you would recommend. The moment that you see somebody, oh, you like shooters? You play Tarkov? No? Well, I don't even want to talk to you then. So you better be playing Tarkov.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's crazy how the game can be like both one of the best games that I've played and also like one of my least favorite games in a way.
Okay,
It-
so
it's-
to summarize, it's definitely not for everybody, and those guys who have a decent or a certain amount of experience in first-person shooting are going to have a better experience. And then to summarize what Onepeg was saying, and correct me if I am wrong, from what I understood, you were saying those guys who are used to the grind and the frustration, those guys are going to have a better life in Tarkov because those guys are used to suffering and right and being punched in the
Rust and Arc are way more griefy and way more frustrating than Tarkov will ever
way
be.
more.
And-
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
because in a game like Rust or Arc, the only thing that you keep is the experience. You can lose everything that you've amassed at any point. Like they can just wipe you out. You can lose years
True.
of progress.
True.
Right? Maybe not in Rust because Rust has wipes on a regular basis. So something like Arc that's been persistent since almost day one, guys lose 5 years worth of progress sometimes.
Wow.
You know, so something like it, like EFT will never be that punishing because you can't lose the stuff in your stash. Whereas games, survival based games, you can lose everything that you started out with, and you get a rock.
Everything.
And, then
Okay.
you get to go
Yeah.
back at it again.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. All right. So, Shina, anything to add? Samosh, anything to add?
No.
All right.
I
So,
agree with Onepeg
yes.
in a way, and I also say it's about someone's personality as well. Like, you've got to be sort of a patient person. If you're someone that's easily frustrated, you ain't going to get along with this game. You got to have some sort of patience and some sort of, if you can go from Tarkov to Call of Duty and have a fun time. I've seen countless people come from Call of Duty and join the hype train that's Tarkov and go, nah, shit, nah, don't want it.
But I think, if I can't say something, I think
Sure.
every one of us who played this game, even I think I'm patient player. But even sometimes I had moment of frustrating in this game. This is normal. And then we need to think, okay, what's now? Or we lose this, or we want to take this and be better, or make something another.
Okay.
Think another.
And I would say, Samosh, if you're not patient, then you have to accept the fact that you're going to change a lot of keyboards and mices, I guess, and monitors, right? You have to be prepared.
You have to be resilient to play a game like this, for sure.
Okay.
Like, I came from Daisy, and Daisy is, like, very similar to Tarkov in many ways. Oh, there you go. The camera fell out. But coming to Tarkov, when I first started playing, I was, like, blown away by how in-depth everything was and how complex the game was. Like, I immediately realized how long the learning curve would be in this game and how much time I would have to invest because I like to play games to the point where I feel like I am able to hold my own, right? So that means investing a lot of time. So when I first started playing Tarkov, I was like, no. So I gave it like another 6 to 9 months, and I came back and I was all right, let's do it.
Okay. Really? So you gave up for like that amount of months, and then you came back and you started. What made you come back, or what got you into it, or what got you addicted? Let's just call it like that.
I think it was some other Tarkov streamers, because I'd been watching the game on Twitch for several years already.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just didn't have the willpower to learn a new game. Plus, I was already enjoying other games, right? I wanted to just have Tarkov as a little sidekick. And then as soon as I tried it, I realized this is no shot. No shot. I can't play Tarkov casually.
But why? Because you were not able. I'm curious about this. Sorry if I punched through too much. Why? Because you were getting killed, or you didn't manage to learn the basics, or what was the cause?
Definitely the learning curve of like breaching past. Like, I like to use the analogy that in Tarkov it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to learn how to swim, just to like do the basic things. And then you realize the only reason you learned how to swim is because you had to build a fucking boat.
Okay.
Because it's that big of a learning curve, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean, dude?
Okay.
You just hatchet run, you're fine.
Or that. I mean, that's when you get to the like 2 to 3 month stage and you're like, all right, shit, I give up. You're level 30, you're level 40. It's not working out.
My experience was kind of similar to Kip's too. I quit for a while, went and played other games.
Okay. And then you came back and started grinding.
Yeah. Tarkov is a seductive mistress.
Yes,
It's rough, man.
exactly. And also, like, I knew that Tarkov was like an early access, that it was only going to get better, right? If I left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Okay.
there's always things happening.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first started playing, it took me 5 days to complete the Salura quest. Because the only spot that I knew and existed was shoreline on that little island, those 2 med bags.
Yes, yes.
And you had to run it all over again, again, until you
Stupid,
find
right?
those those Saluras. It was crazy. 0.3.
Okay.
0.3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Two
Okay, so
times.
you definitely need to have to re-summarize it, yeah? Patience, yeah? Or if you're not a patient guy or lady or so, then you have to be prepared in replacing your keyboard and your mice and your monitors, maybe. And then also have, maybe it's not a must, but you will definitely have a better life if you start the game coming from a background where some kind of first person shooting was present, yeah? If not, then you're going to have worse time than you're going to have more disadvantages than someone coming from a direct Call of Duty, for example, or Counter-Strike or so. Yeah? Okay? Correct,
sure.
right? All right.
Yes.
If
Yes.
people decide to buy this game, which version should they go for?
The standard one, because
Yeah,
it's the
get the cheap,
cheapest.
get the cheap
100%.
one.
100%.
Okay.
Cheap
And
one.
And you're
Don't do what I
saying
did.
that because of the risk that they may not like it, or
Yeah.
no, because they can upgrade
Yeah.
everything actually.
okay.
Science PSG has the feature that they can upgrade their stash, they can get Kappa by just grinding the game.
Exactly. And the game is often discounted too, with
Yeah, true.
frequently, so like you can
Yeah.
get the upgrade for a little cheaper.
Okay. Okay.
Many people ask me though, like, should I buy EOD? And I'm like, I can't answer that question for
I-
you.
Right.
Me either. I can't. Just
If you play the game for 1,000 hours and you're asking that question, I'd say you got the value out of it. You know?
Yes,
If you
I
want to
agree
spend
with
the
that.
money, go for it.
I agree
you
with
know?
that.
But if you're in your first week and you're crying about how you're broke all the time, and you're not sure if you're going to keep going, and you're wondering if you should get a gamma container, that's not
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's not really the thing. Yeah.
Okay. What I normally tell to people is, how much money do you have? Are you a student, very short on money, trying to save 1 or 2 weeks just to buy Escape from Tarkov? Or do you have a salary and so on? Can you afford it? Because if you can afford it, then you can definitely have the luxury of having a huge stash and a gamma container, right?
Right, exactly.
Right?
Mhm.
So I think it's a good, because it's 150. It's not the end of the world. We have spent a lot more on other trash that we have not used. But if you think that you're going to play the game, it's definitely worth it. But there's a risk, right? There's a risk there. What if you don't like it? There's no refund. You're not gonna get that money back, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think like the biggest risk is like, how much money is $100 to you? That's like the biggest question you have to ask yourself.
Mhm,
Right?
mhm. Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, I think this is pretty clear. All of us said that the standard edition is actually a very good option. Yeah, I don't think there's
Yep.
a lot to talk about here.
Mhm.
It's obvious. It's clear.
and I think nobody can say anything against the standard edition. Like you can get literally Kappa, you can get your stash upgraded. It's only the grind that
Yeah.
Right.
you have to do.
I did it.
Right.
The
I
only
did
big
it last
benefit
wipe.
is trader rep now. You get like the 0.2 or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
That's
Such a
in
small little.
like the DLCs in the future and stuff. But
Okay.
well, that'll be like
Oh.
2030.
Wait. If you finish all the quests, you still get trader rep be level 4, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can-
for sure,
Yeah,
100%.
you just start off with a head start. Like you only have to do like a handful of tasks. Like if you only leveled through killing stuff and never did a single task, you can still get level 2 traders without having to do a single task. So
Mhm.
Okay.
The thing is, though, it would
Head
take you
start.
forever as a new player to get to the point where you have like the max upgraded stash on a standard
Yes.
edition.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
it costs a lot, and they made it more
Yes.
expensive too.
Yeah,
But
I did it last swipe. It didn't take me that long, but then again, I've 4,000 hours in the game, 5,000 hours.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
didn't they change like the med station or something? They changed so that you had to have a level 2 stash in order to be able to upgrade it.
Oh,
There was
Not sure.
something
I don't
that
know.
they changed. Somebody said something about it. You had to have a level 2 stash in order to upgrade one of the crafting stations, and I was like, really?
Okay.
So I don't know.
But yeah,
I
as a new player, like the Kappa container is a huge goal, but the beta
Yeah.
container is one slot smaller
Right.
than the Gamma, and that takes not long. Punisher part
The Epsilon?
5, 6, yeah.
The Epsilon,
yeah.
the Epsilon, not the Beta.
Yeah,
The Beta,
yeah.
the Beta is
Gotcha.
6 slots, right?
Yeah, you can buy that
Yeah.
one, but the
Yeah.
Epsilon is the one you get from
Yeah, the Epsilon's
Punisher.
2x4.
Exactly.
I mean,
yes.
if you're trying to strength level, you stuff a tank battery in that thing, right?
Yes,
The
that's
SAS drives now.
Can't fit a tank battery in a Gamma.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Checkmate.
So, yeah, indeed. All right. So clear, right? Standard edition all the way, and there's always the possibility to upgrade anytime you have the money. And if you don't like the game, that you have not lost 150 plus taxes, you lose 45, 55, or depending if you have bought the game with discounts or without, right? Clear. I mean, it's not that complicated here. Once you have bought the game, then you get into the time frame or the area where you're like, okay, how can I get good at the game by learning stuff? And the next questions, we're going to try to answer that with the next question. The question would be, what kind of help do I get from the devs, from the community, from the content creators, and so on? How do they teach me the ropes? What should I learn at the beginning before I start the game?
I mean, you should clearly make your mistakes to learn how to make them, like to not make them anymore, and adapt to some playstyle that you like to. If you are not good at aiming, be more of a passive player. If you like to have more action, just rush everything. I feel like people should adapt to their own playstyle and don't copy any streamer's playstyle.
Okay.
Because that makes them, in my opinion, not everybody can do what other people can do, or they don't have the same game sense, the same mindset to do the play or finish the play and get rewarded at the end.
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying your first your advice would be just go and play.
Yeah, for sure. Just go
and
and
see
play
how it
like
goes.
everybody of us did. Yeah.
Okay.
Without the guides, nobody will, like, you have to, like, the one thing that I love about EFT and the one thing I hate about guides is that you take away the this surprise effect of everybody, like when you first find something new in the game.
The experience.
Yeah, the experience, like
yeah.
the surprise effect. Well, when I started playing, I had the surprise effect. New players just go look up a guide and don't have the surprise effect. What I will do if I would be a new player, I would just clearly play the game, and if I really need help in something, I will just search up a guide how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Same approach, guys?
For me, the biggest thing is extractions. When I was new, I had no idea where the hell I should go to get out of the raid.
Yeah. This is
map orientation for sure.
Okay.
Map knowledge
map.
is like
Yes.
the biggest thing, I think, as a new player. That's the one thing you need.
Yeah.
This
You
is where I'm
absolutely
trying to
need.
pinpoint the question, yeah, or your answer. Should I go and play like Dinez said, which is totally fine. I totally agree with it. But should I do some research before? That's what I'm trying to somehow hint. What do you guys think? Is that important? Like extractions, like Kippenbro suggested.
Oh, of course.
I'm a DC player, so I always pull up the map.
If you were
Have
gonna
a
run into
secondary.
like one of our streams, I think the things that we would be telling people would be to go to the wiki and like get another screen or a printer or whatever and get maps that show like landmarks and extraction points, because that would be the first thing that I would be ending up like telling people would be like map stuff, and then the only other thing I end up mentioning to people is figure out if you don't want somebody to like hold your hand through a map and teach you the game, figure out a loot run that you think is good for you so that you don't go flat broke and get so frustrated that you don't want to play anymore. Like figure out a loot run that you can do that's going to make you a little bit of money, so that way like you can afford to get like the next kit, a raid or two down the line.
Yes.
So that you can keep playing the game. Like those are like typically the things that I tell people. And I think the other thing that I would add is if you are brand new, if you're gonna go watch like Pestily or Landmark or any of the bigger guys, you're gonna go watch Summit. Like you should be treating that like you're watching TV and you're just looking for entertainment. For guys that have been playing this for
Okay.
10,000 plus hours,
Yes.
right? I wouldn't go there necessarily with the intention of like they're gonna teach me how to play this game the way that I should play it. I
Yes.
would if you're gonna learn the game from a brand new perspective, especially just from the interactivity standpoint,
Mhm.
I would be going and watching somebody that's got some hours in but has significantly less of a viewership because they'll be interactive and they'll actually answer like specific questions if you're asking them in chat because it won't move so fast that they're not going to see it.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah. Samosh, Shina.
Yeah, I agree with Onepeg. I can say the same. Knowledge map is very important. I remember my first ride, I played Woods, and I didn't know where is my extract. I had two black legs. Someone won't attack me. I was glued to wall because I won't go to extract, but I didn't know where. That was crazy. And yeah, good is options to have another monitor with map and another. When I started playing, I played with my team. They learned me a lot. I saved full time because I had more time for me because they told me everything what I need to know about start game. And then I played alone. And I think this is good perspective. Play with team and play alone because when you play
Agreed.
alone, then you know how can play team when you have a fight with full men's 5-man squad because you know where they can be, how can they play, where they can go flank you or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, two perspective game, and this is total another.
Okay. Okay. Samosh.
Yeah, I think
Offline would help also too a lot.
yeah, offline mode is
For
super
sure.
good
offline.
for learning
Yeah,
maps.
Absolutely.
Like if you have no experience, offline mode is absolutely something you should use
Okay.
instead of throwing all of your starter gear and like Onepeg said, going completely broke, having nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you
Offline mode for sure.
One
Even just to
lit-
get used to the AI.
one little question: have you guys recently played the game in offline mode?
Oh,
I have
yeah,
not.
like scavs and bosses not spawning and stuff.
No, it feels amazing. I played it recently in
Oh,
offline
really?
mode. Yeah, it feels really amazing. Like sometimes I went into an offline mode just to record something, and it felt different game, like recoil wise, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think that's an FPS thing?
I don't know. Go try it after the podcast. It feels amazing. I'm not.
Sometimes
I
the
took,
local version of the game isn't the same like point version as what they're
True,
playing
true.
online.
can be true. Yeah, I took an AK-74U, like the standard one that you get at the beginning, and it felt so good. I'm not even kidding. It felt really good.
Okay.
Yeah, people don't realize like how responsive raiders really are when there isn't any lag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
They
yeah.
clap you
yeah.
Big
instantly. You're like, what just happened? Yeah.
All right. Anything to add, Samosh? Coming to
No,
you.
I agree. Offline is like one of the most important things. But I think the first thing people need to realize before even buying the game, before even loading it up for the first time, is the game itself can teach you fuck all. Like you ain't gonna find out
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So it's down to the player whether they want to go out of their way and learn things on their own, in which case offline will be their best friend. They can find out the extracts and all that there. Or they can go online, go onto the internet, look at the wiki, look at people's guides, and find out things that way. It's just down to the player themselves if they want to find out everything from themselves, because obviously they can. They don't need to go onto the internet and look things up. But it will help if they wanted to find things out, just to go on the internet and search up things. The game's popular enough now to have so many different like options for you to
Yes.
find out different things.
Yes. Kippenbro, you wanted to say something before?
I wanted to capitalize on what Sheena said about playing with a team to help them hold your hand, teach you some basics, which is great up until a certain point. Because once you know the basics, the team can't really do anything for you. You have to learn everything the hard way. You have to figure out how you should like approach different situations. You have to make your own mistakes and learn from them.
Yeah. Good
So
point.
solo is like for sure, I think, the fastest way to learn how to become a better player in the long run.
Okay. So
Because you can't rely on anyone. You gotta carry all the weight yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, team play will teach you call outs, but only if you play with the same people over and over and over and over and over again. Like
You
it's
switch.
funny, man.
Yeah.
Like you need thousands of hours in the game just to like really get a grasp on it, but then you need like another 1,000 with like the same people over and over again so that you learn all the same call outs.
True.
Unless like some of these Discord groups have like they have sheets. Like these are the call outs. If you want to play with somebody, you need to memorize this shit. Like they get real sweaty, you know.
True, true.
But but it's cool though because like everybody's on the same page. Like they're all about like that militaristic precision. Like there's
Yes.
a ton of military guys that love this game, you know.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, bro, I agree with you. When I started playing alone, when they add labs, I started learning everything one more. Yes, I had basic, but I needed learning movement. I needed learning how I can take care about myself because nobody can put my stuff on the bush or something like that. Yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and nobody can do that, so you have to learn the solo gameplay at a
Yeah.
certain point,
yeah,
right?
especially
Yeah.
for like audio cues, because you're not gonna have a duo buddy being like, "You hear that metal? That means somebody's like over here." Like, you know, nobody's gonna do that.
Yeah,
They might say like,
true.
"Oh, they're on here," but they're not gonna tell you how they knew that. You know, you kind of got to figure
Good
that
point.
stuff out.
Good point. Yeah.
At the same time, though, when you're starting out, playing solo is actually kind of helpful as well because you ain't got the whole thing is that
Yeah.
you? Is that you? Am I going to
Yep.
shoot your friend? You know?
Yeah.
Every set of
Like-
footsteps is somebody that needs to
Exactly.
die. That's
Exactly.
right.
Good point. Good point. So solo. So this ties to the other question that's available there in the script, but I don't think we have to talk about it that much. But we can definitely mention it. Playing the game solo is definitely possible, but it's harder. Yeah. Or
It has gotten harder.
yeah. But because of confusion and stuff like that, it can also be easier in that aspect, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So playing
Because as
solo,
a
it's
solo
possible.
player, if you're smart, you can cause confusion.
Good point. Very
You know,
good
like
point.
you
Yes.
can. Yeah. It's really funny when you end up coercing a couple of people in a trio or something to kill each other
Yeah.
because they is that you, and then somebody fires.
Yeah. Here, when it comes to solo playing, I really like one thing that Robin said the other day. When I play solo against the squad, I realize that the guys are not playing together. They're playing as lone wolves in a squad, you know. So they're not
Yes.
communicating and so on. So that could be used in advantage, like you say. Yeah, for sure. Or you can even cause more confusion. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
A
you're
lot
you're
of
just
times
another
when
set
I
of
push in,
footsteps.
yep. A lot of times when I push into a big team, I play shoreline a lot. And if I come up on a team that's way too big, and they're all on top of each other, I know that with confidence that I could just run up those stairs and just join the group, and they will not notice. They will not know.
Right.
I could just run with them for like a few
Right.
seconds until they realize something's off.
Yeah. Bro, we were 4. How come we were 5 or something like that, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly right. I've done that quite a few times on shoreline where I just
Keep
like
an
I
extra
see a-
armbands in your gamma container so you match.
When you have 4 men and there's suddenly 5, and you'd be like, jump check, jump check.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I'm one of you. Green. I got green on. We're one of you.
Yeah.
And then every 5 jumps, and you still don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, can happen.
But
can happen, yes.
honestly, like, and I think I have met a good, like, 5-man teams is way harder to play than a solo.
Yes, and I
Yes,
also think
I
it's
completely
easier
agree.
to fight a 5-man team than
Oh,
it is
yeah.
to fight like a solid duo or a trio.
100%. Yeah. A
Oh,
solid
yeah.
duo is way harder to fight than a 5-man team.
Speak for yourselves. For me, it's hard as fuck. For me, it's very hard.
A
Speak for
5-man team?
yourselves. I cannot do that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
Honestly,
you guys.
A 5-man team, you just run into them.
And you could
Okay.
just be in their
Yeah.
mind. You
Okay.
know that you have total control of like situations, especially it depends a little bit on what kind of like scenario you're in. But a lot of places you can run circles around a 5-man team and just pop up here, pop some shots, pop
Mhm.
up there, and just keep moving. And they will never really know what's going on because they have so many footsteps all around. There's too
Mhm,
much going
mhm.
on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay.
Exactly. It's like 5-man team is probably the easy, because I have met, to be honest, I don't want to be toxic or something, but I haven't met a single 5-man team that was coordinated. Like, you can't coordinate in a 5-man team. That it's just impossible.
It's hard. You have to be very organized, right?
The only way you can be organized is if you camp in a room. Honestly.
Okay.
Or split
okay.
up, like
or split,
interchange.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Like
if you split up.
yeah.
If you
Okay.
met a 5-man team together, it's literally you shoot one bullet, they start shooting each other.
Okay, so solo has definitely advantages, yeah, but playing in a team can have I mean, can help you as well in the sense that the guys can teach your gear. If you die, they can teach you stuff. They can show you this and that, right? It has both of the sides have pros and cons for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
I would say if you want to learn the game, play
Yes.
as a duo or play as a solo.
Mhm.
Don't go over duo, trio, 4-man, or 5-man. 5-man, you will just spend your time. If you're lucky, if you don't meet anybody on the map, then you will extract. If you meet somebody, you will probably die.
Okay. So here, talking about this small topic into our major major one here, which is teaching Tarkov. When we talk about where do I get help from, there's definitely the wiki, that you can check. You can check ammo stats there. You can check maps. What else do we have in the missions, where mission completions, key locations, and so on, right? Then you have the Sherpa. I'm just saying this just in case someone watches the video and they want to have some links maybe, or be redirected to a certain location. So the wiki is a very good way to go and find information, because there's a lot of info there regarding Escape from Tarkov. Then you have the Sherpa program, which maybe Onepeg can say something about it. Onepeg?
Sure. Yeah. So it's a volunteer service that BSG created. There's a few guys that run it, and then there's another, I don't know, 25 or 30 guys that have been kind of like certified as being knowledgeable enough to teach other people in the game. Like I said, it's a completely volunteer basis. You don't have to pay for it or anything. So for people that want to learn how to play the game, that's what those guys are there for. If you don't have gear, they'll give you a kit of gear. They'll take you through a map if you're trying to get a task done, or you're just trying to like get basic knowledge or better understanding if you're a beginner. They're not going to run labs for you, but they'll show you whatever it is that you're trying to learn. There's a ton of guys that are extremely knowledgeable and very, very, very good players that can teach you a lot. So
All right.
that's
The
what they do.
link for the Sherpa Hub, currently it runs through one Discord where you have to join, then create a
Right.
ticket, right? OnePay create a ticket, and
Right.
then
Yep.
someone will contact you. The guys are very busy from what I've seen, but someone will contact you and then will try to do some raids with you and teach you some of the or help you out with your according to your necessities, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
so the Sherpa hub, or that Discord for the Sherpas where you can open tickets and so on, is going to be in the description of the video on YouTube as well. And I think what else can you do? You can watch content creator videos, and you can watch streamers if you want to learn the basics, I would say, right?
And you can reach out to
yeah,
the
of
people who kill you.
That's also true.
Okay.
You add them afterwards. You say GG's, well done, and you start socializing with them. A lot of
Yes.
people struggle to find people to play with, and that's what I did
Yeah.
in the beginning. I ended up talking to people who killed me. Like, how'd you get me? Where were
Yeah.
you? Like, what happened? Like,
Yeah, if you're not a jerk, you can find some pretty good squaddies.
Yep.
You know?
Very good, very good. Yeah, but don't be salty. Yeah, if you're salty from the beginning,
Don't be salty. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Practicing Tarkov. What do you guys recommend? I mean, this is a bit tied up or tied to what we have spoken before, but I would say you're already in Tarkov. You have bought the game and so on. What should you do first? Is there like a weapon that you guys recommend as a beginner weapon, or a certain behavior, or playing a lot with your scav, or like you guys mentioned before, offline and so on? What are your recommendations when it comes to the first steps into the game? I know it's a bit tied up or tied to the questions before, but we can go a bit more in depth.
I would
think
say. Oh, go ahead.
No, I go after you, man. I talk enough.
No, you talk.
Go for it, Dinez.
All
Go
right.
for it.
Oh,
okay.
So, what I would say is that if it depends on what your intentions are. Like if you think going onto a map you're gonna perform and you might get a kill or two, then there's always like the naked SKS or something, because it gives you a little bit more firepower. If you're going onto an online raid and you're trying to just like learn it or experience it for the sake of it, and you figure you're gonna die, I would PM pistol all day. Like just go as cheap as you possibly can. Just don't bring a hatchet, because I will take pride in murdering you. You know.
Okay. Dinez?
I would say if you wanna like practice the game, practice your aim, kind of run all the time the same setup. That makes you kind of not change your aim sense all the time. Kind of like that. Like run all the time the same setup. Try to run it. Take something cheap, 6B3 TM rig, 50K, and then take an AK with, I don't know, with like mediocre AK and just trying to run it all the time.
Okay.
To get your aim done, get the feeling.
Shina, what would you recommend?
Practice offline. I usually practice offline mode, factory and labs, and I was practice my aim when I had shooter range. Then I practice my flick and hold position, hold on head or something like that. This is how I practice.
What weapon would you recommend for a beginner?
I played with Kedr. I don't like pistol.
Okay.
I mean, and I never played with pistol. This is my first wipe when I started playing with pistol because earlier I didn't play. I played with Kedr.
Okay. Oh, Kedr. Okay. It snaps immediately for the head. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Or legs.
Or for the legs.
Or
yeah,
legs.
If you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that is like, yeah.
Yes.
But I think shooting legs is such an advanced concept to many.
Yes.
That a lot of people can't they can't break the barrier of not aiming chest and head.
Yeah.
You know, so that is something that a lot of people just can't do unless it's like a one shot, like a shotgun.
Especially if you're coming from CS:GO, there's no way you're gonna ever aim for the legs.
Yeah.
It's a mental barrier. It's a mental barrier. You got to break through it.
Exactly. This is also something that I tell my guys as well. You know, you have done maybe 20 years of gaming, and you have always been taught to go for the head, right? And now with some SP8 or SP7, you have to change that. Your muscles, your brain is not going to respond. You have to somehow force yourself to do that, right? So it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
Give me a KS-23 and one shell of shrapnel 10.
And I'll do it.
You bastard.
Magic happens.
Remove it.
Yeah.
Gonna be getting mastery in the KS-23. It's happening.
Remove this gun.
You know, I always like to recommend the Mosin for new players. Like that was my one thing that I ran the most when I was new for like probably 2 months. Because it was the only thing that I could like get ammo for. If I shot someone in the head, they were dead.
True.
Right?
True, yeah.
One shot, all that matters, right? So I think stuff that has ammo available that can penetrate most helmets, and actually if you place a shot properly, because you're not going to be running around as a new player, you're not going to be running around like, okay, let's go, dude. You're not going to be up front. You're going to be more like reserved. You're going to be like, oh, what's this place? You're figuring it out, right? You're taking your time a bit more than someone who's played the game for 2,000 hours does.
Yeah, very good point. And what the Mosin does, it also increase your accuracy, because you're not going to take a lot of shots unless you're sure you can take people down. Because if not, they're going to turn around and then kick your butt, right?
And the iron sights are good.
Okay. Yeah.
Iron sights in this game are underrated as fuck, is what I would say.
Okay. Except the HK ones, I would say. Except the HK ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Certain irons and certain guns are not great, but something like a Kedr is amazing.
Very good point. Yeah.
So much vision on the Kedr, it's great. And if you get used to running it, then you can run the suppressed one, and it's like the same thing.
So much cheaper than a scope.
Yeah, they're so cheap. Or there's the KS-23.
Which level do you need to be to buy that though?
I think it's perhaps 3.
Okay, so like around level 20, 25-ish probably.
I think it's 18.
Oh damn.
Okay.
It might be, maybe it's level 21. I can never remember. I know it's 18 for like Peacekeeper and a couple of the other ones.
You just need to be level 10 though, don't you? Get it off the flea market.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't it like almost 100k though for that shotgun? Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
it's 100k
really?
off the flea market.
Okay.
It's 100k on the flea market.
Wow.
They don't really show up like randomly. So they're a little rare, but it's
they're
45K.
marked
that's
rooms
why.
and weapon boxes. That's it. Yeah.
That's why they're that expensive. Okay. Samosh, what would your recommendation be, weapon wise and tactical wise and such?
Weapon wise is always either the Kedar or the little Cherrywood SKS, because you get to learn two things. You get to learn a full auto weapon that's not that hard to control, and you get to use something that's sniper-esque. So when you go to other snipers, you'll sort of know how they work. In terms of tactics in general, then you go offline, turning scavs up to high, and just running around different maps. And also, if you can, like, if you've got an NVIDIA graphics card or something, record your games and then watch them back when you die and learn how you die. So you can go back and go, all right, well, I was stupid. I saw him there, but didn't see him at the time. So I'll check that corner in the future, or find out, oh, I died from this area. I'll go and check that area out this next time and see what I can do differently.
All right.
Someone that makes educational YouTube videos right there.
Someone at shit at Tarkov too, don't forget.
Yeah.
I would say, and if you have some questions, you should honestly just ask streamers. But of course, if you're going into a stream with like 10,000 people, you won't get an answer. So I guess kind of ask some lower viewer account streamers to get in the conversation and trying to get helped out.
Yeah.
You also got to find your own strengths and weaknesses, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I really like one point that you said at the beginning, Dinez, and then I like the other one that Onepeg mentioned. First, yours, Dinez, you said do not try to compare yourself with streamers, because if you're going to try to play labs like Dinez, or if you're going to try to play interchange like Samosh, then you're probably not going to make it, and that's going to cause so much frustration, and that will add up, and that will you will have to order something from Amazon, like a keyboard and so on, right? So be careful with that. Do not compare yourself with other streamers, right? And then the next point, go ahead, Dinez.
I mean, I have kind of decent experience on labs, and if you are new to labs, I learned why I do want the key card to be cheaper is not because people can make more money. It's when I started playing labs, it was free. Nowadays, people you can just spam it. I was going anywhere with the TT and just, YOLO, MOLO, just going around and all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, people have to spend 350,000 to get into a raid, and they might get immediately killed by spawn, because we know that spawns are not the best ones.
No.
And you can just be around the map in 3 minutes and have checked all the spawns. Why I want labs to be cheaper is so people can actually come in, because every wipe, when people stop playing the game, there's a decrease in players on labs.
Okay.
You see all the time the same people. There's no new players coming in.
Yeah.
And every wipe, this player base, which is only located on labs, gets decreased every wipe. And this wipe, it's been totally dead. You go on populated Europe servers, and there's 2 people on the map.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally,
I think the reason though is because they nerfed the loot so fucking much.
I mean, yeah, they nerfed the loot, but I think
so
like a week ago
there's
nothing
worth like fighting for there anymore.
I think
not even the cheaters go there now.
Yeah.
I don't want to die to people wearing RGB boots.
I think that's the major reason why I don't play labs that much. I love labs.
I did. When labs first came out, I did 1,500 raids in a row.
You see?
And now I don't. I can't. You can't pay me to walk in there. I fucking hate that place.
You see?
I can't do it.
But the thing is, though, that's why I feel like you have red key cards, you have green key cards, you have like all the sort of key cards, right? Which cost you around, let's say, 100 million. Those key cards cost you red, violet, blue, green, black. That costs you 100 million. Then you have to pay for an entry, which is 300K, which I don't agree. Okay, you can find a GPU, you can find a Tetris, you can find a Ledix. But let's be honest, Interchange has better loot than labs right now.
Every map does. Every map has better loot than labs now, unless you have like a red key card and just run it with a pistol every day.
I run it. I have done the raids. I have done Black Room, and you get on average 86,000 out of Black Room.
Wow, that's nothing.
Damn,
and green and blue have like 2 stims each. That's it.
They really killed it.
I have done them all. I have the spreadsheet. I'm currently counting the items on managers and red.
Yeah.
And then I'm done. I have green and violet. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I have done black and blue. Black, 100 raids, not a single Ledix.
Blue, you mean?
Yeah, blue.
Oh.
Sorry,
Mm.
not a single LEDX in 100 raids.
Yep.
It was crazy.
But
Like
That is nuts.
Right
that's
now,
why I
Labs
mean,
has 3
Labs
rooms.
should be free.
Red, managers, and weapons testing. Everything else is
True.
yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Okay,
imagine
good.
imagine there wouldn't be any cheaters on labs if they killed all the loot and then made labs free.
There is no cheaters. That's the
You know,
point.
like there wouldn't be any
There's
cheaters on
no-
labs anymore.
there's
Now they're
no-
all on shoreline because they're all running red keys.
Yeah, there's the cheaters
reserve
literally on
and
interchange and
interchange.
shoreline.
Oh yeah, I've seen them a lot on reserve as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Reserve as well, yes. Okay, good. But I have the feeling that we are going a bit away from our topic, which is teaching Tarkov. And we
Sorry.
can definitely make a podcast if you guys would want. Yeah, gladly. We can make a podcast when we talk about the issues that this beautiful map, Onepeg agrees as well. He's not a lab player, but he done so many raids there as well, you know. And then me and Samosh, we played, although we are not labs players. It's an amazing map, but it has some issues. We can definitely open a topic or a podcast with this topic, you know, in the next time.
And the
if you
most
guys want.
FPS. Sorry, I had to say that.
Yes, the
For
most
sure.
like
and the
when
lowest take rate.
you mean like
Why did you
mean
say
like-
that, man? Why did you say that? Come on, bro.
you mean labs
20
is the
tick
map where the game runs the smoothest? Is that what? you
Oh
mean?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
100%. 100%.
Okay. Okay, we can talk about that in with a different occasion. But okay, I think we talked about the weapons, right? Samosh, you said your opinion as well about weapons and tactics. Let's go to the map or to the maps. What map would you guys recommend to new players, or what maps?
Customs.
Yeah,
I would say, just follow the task line. Go to customs first.
Okay.
Customs.
Yeah.
It brings you in
Shoreline's
everything.
super chill as well. As a new player, looting village and like stashes on Shoreline.
Yes.
Super chill.
agree.
Very safe.
Until you
that's
made
true.
sanitary.
Well, yeah, cottages, yeah, but like still, the village has so many jackets, toolboxes.
Mhm, mhm.
Stashes.
Stashes.
Reddit thread. Kippenbro
Oh.
told me to go to shoreline, and I
I
got
will-
killed by Sanitar.
I would say Woods, actually. For the first like quest like Tushonkas and all that kind of stuff, Woods has been actually insane.
With this
Yeah.
new addition, yeah.
The village
Yeah.
in the north definitely has a lot of food.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep.
It's insane.
It's a lot like Shoreline Village. It is.
Okay.
So customs then. That's
Cu-
it.
I mean,
Customs,
custom.
yeah, 100%.
So
That
Yeah,
comes
I
to
always
my
just tell people to
quest.
follow the tasks.
Yeah, that's what I tell people too.
okay.
It's also
Um,
got the most diverse way of combat as well. You get the really close quarters fights in dorms and inside Stronghold, but you've also got those longer range engagements down those long lanes and those long lines of sight as well. So it
Yeah.
trains all different styles of combat. It don't like with factory or labs, you're not going to take a sniper into that, are you? So it trains everything.
Okay. No, good points. Good points, all of them. Yeah. I personally, the question that I wanted to ask was it just came into my mind. It's not part of the script. Are you guys fans of? Are you guys recommending to people in doing their tasks and playing the game as a whole, or you guys are like, stay away from the hideout, bro? That what are you guys' thoughts about this?
Everybody has to check that out by their own.
Okay.
If you like it, you don't like it. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
You want to build the hideout, or want to be more a passive player, you can build the hideout. You want to do your quest, you know, if you like quests, if you don't like doing something like that, then do it. If you don't like it and you want to just straight PvP, then just PvP.
Okay. But do you agree, Dinez, that certain things that you don't like need to be done in order to reach the the BP ammo for 762, for example? You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
Do
Yes,
you do
yes,
that?
for sure.
Do you do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
do that.
You do. Okay. What about you guys, the rest of you?
I don't think I could not recommend people doing the quests and the hideout right now, with Bitcoin being worth 717,000 each. And also, like, I think that the quest lines are really useful for teaching you the maps, teaching you the weapon building as well. Is after they came out with that presets, right?
Yes.
The gunsmith tasks are actually quite easily done without
Yeah.
the wiki.
Without the wiki. Okay.
because there's no one way to do those quests. You can do them in so many different ways. There are some things specific, like, okay, use this laser, use that mag, and this and that. But aside from that, you could figure it out using the weapon presets.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
Yes, go ahead.
I would recommend people do the quests. They'll
In
level
cases.
faster. You know, you get the rewards that you get from certain ones are definitely worth the grind. And I always tell people that they should level the hideout to the effect that it doesn't like cost everything that they have. Like if buying the 10 items off of the flea market to get, the next level of a crafting station is going to leave them with 10,000 rubles, I'm like, don't do that. Like wait a little while or try and find some pieces or whatever. But otherwise, I always tell people that they should level as quickly as they can without making themselves broke, because you're trying to get to the scav case, the still and the Bitcoin farm, because those things are the things that make you money.
Okay.
And once you have the Bitcoin farm, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You're good. Like you really don't run out of cash anymore.
Okay. Shina, you want to add something to this, maybe?
Yeah, I think making quest, even if we don't like make quest, because I don't like make quest, every quest, I mean Shooter Born in Heaven or another, but I think this is good for us because we have a balance then in game. First, we're learning maps because we have to go shoreline, we have to go interchange, customs, even if we don't like this map. Then we can make money, because when we make quest, we make money, yes?
Yes.
When we complete quest. Then we play with gun, who normal, we don't play. I hate play with shotgun. Seriously, when I see shotgun, I put to toilet. Shotgun.
I have the same problem.
Yes, but when I need to make some quest, I have to play with shotgun, yes?
Okay,
and then, okay, I have a fun. Why not? Then I don't play, yes? But when I have a quest to do, I start playing with gun, with who I normally don't play. And we have a balance, yes? And the same was with me when I started playing Shoreline. I hated Shoreline, seriously. When I need to make quest on Shoreline, I was sick. I made everything to don't go Shoreline and make quest. But then I needed to make more and more and more. And then I was thinking, okay, this map is not bad. I can go this place, I can go this place. When I have a good spawn, I can go fast on the resort. And everything changed. We have a chance to like something. But sometimes we off, I don't know, interchange. And no, I don't want to play this map. I don't want to play this map, and over. When we make quest, this is good.
Yes. Okay. Kippen, Samosh?
Go ahead.
I think it's, at the start, some of the quests are quite enjoyable. Like, some of them will give you a challenge and some of them will be different and new players will enjoy them. It's when you've been doing the same, if not, like, they change them, but they don't change them very often. Doing the same quests over and over again every time the game wipes, that's when it starts to get dry and boring. So when you start off, then 100% do your quest, level your hideout, and get the full experience of the game. And then when you've been playing for a little while and those things start to drag and they don't feel as fun anymore, then find different ways to have fun in the game.
Okay. But definitely do it because it will help you out. And this
100%.
This, yeah, definitely. And this goes to leads to our next question, which is like, I'm trying to summarize the questions a bit, because while we are talking about or responding one of them, we are also responding to some others. So if you're checking the script, do not worry about it, yeah, because I'm trying to not be redundant, should I try to level up the fastest that I can to reach the flea market? Or is that not a must?
I think the flea market opens up a whole lot of stuff. You just have, like anything else, you have to be careful with your money, because you can burn it on the flea if you don't pay attention.
Okay.
I would say take your time with everything.
Yes.
Enjoy the game, especially if it's your first wipe. Enjoy the game, because it will be never the same again. Your second wipe, You will know things. The surprise factor will be gone, and it will just not be the same. I remember my first wipe, and it was, I don't know, I got like 15 heart strokes in like one wipe by playing.
Okay. Guys, same opinion or same opinions? Flea market
I like
first.
taking the time. I'd say get to level 10, get to the flea market because it opens up so many options. But at the same time, put yourself in the shoes of the people that didn't have the flea market back in the day. The game still operated, the game still run. I think you could take out the flea market and still have a fun experience. So it isn't like the be all and end all, but it will help you out a shit ton.
I mean, now that we have it, Nikita stated several times that even though we cry and we protest and stuff like that, you know, or remember those times where the flea market was not available and the game was a lot more immersive, the flea market it's in is going to stay, is not going to be removed and so on, right? So we just have to adapt to it, correct? Okay, but yeah, same opinion, Kippen?
I think the flea market is super important, not only for being able to buy the things that you want, but also for like unlocking potential profit.
Good point.
Because you can't make like, you find a graphics card, it's 99K to therapist. It's 1.3 mil on the flea, for example.
Yes, sir.
So like,
yes.
yeah, I think flea market definitely is something you want to work towards pretty quickly, which is definitely something you could do as well. Like flea market doesn't take more than, for some people it takes a long time, but for me, every wipe I usually have flea market within 3 hours of the wipe. Because if you just go into raid and you shoot all the scavs that you see, you will get level 10 in no time. Just ignore the players; they're not worth the EXP. Because that's like the one thing. Level 1 to 10 is all about EXP, and then I guess level 10 to 40 is also like largely about EXP. Because once you get to level 40, you have everything. Everything is, you're set. You don't have to overpay for any weapon attachments. You can buy all the armor that you want. So I definitely think like working towards level 40 rather than flea market is like your big goal as a new player. But you can also like be totally fine just lingering around the 20 to 30 levels.
Let's try to do a bit of brainstorming, guys. Apart from XP, from killing scavs, which is the thing that Kippen mentioned, what else can you do to unlock or to reach level 10 fast? What else?
Loot everything. Throw the stuff that you don't want away. Touch every dead body that you find. Heal yourself with your own medical kits in your hideout if you can afford it, because or in raid, sorry, if you can afford it, because you'll get the medical XP and it'll level you slightly faster.
Okay.
Or
shift
if you're
W,
a gamer,
click on heads.
Sorry.
I said shift W and click on heads.
Okay. Dinez?
Or if you're a gamer, go customs, kill Russia, go labs.
Okay.
Yes.
Easy level 10.
There you go.
There you go. You got level 10 in 30 minutes.
I would add to this, do your missions. The missions are going to give you so many points, which are
but
very,
not before
very
level 10.
Sorry?
But not before level 10.
Yes, they do.
Because you're always held up by, you're always like held up by the Salewas that you can't find, or these stupid ass shotguns
now
that
you can. Now you can find all the Salewas in one raid if you're a bit smart.
If you know that, if you have the knowledge.
Yeah, sure, but that's why we're trying to teach people here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean, like if you come across them, you know, obviously you want to pick them up. But like,
Yeah,
like a brand new player can't just craft them anymore, because you have to find 2 packages of screws in order to be able to craft the hemostat to make the Salewa in the first place.
Yes.
Which is super annoying. I don't know why they did that. It just punishes people below level 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think as a new player, you're going to struggle to do the quest before you get to level 10. I think.
I mean, you want to keep your eyes open.
Oh yeah, for sure, or for sure. Focus on them.
We need you to get 3 Salewa kits or whatever. The hell is that? I don't even know what that looks like. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm willing to bet that the majority of people have level 10 before they've done even 5 quests, even if they were trying.
The first time I played Tarkov, I didn't even know tasks existed. Like, I mean, but you couldn't get the first one until you were level 5 anyway back then, right? But if you're brand new right now, I wonder if you even know that there's a task tab if you're paying attention.
I mean, you definitely have tasks at the beginning. You're like level 1, and you can unlock the customs on the kill scavs on customs and the Salewa mission. At least 2, right? List
Yeah,
2.
they exist. I'm saying if you're a brand new player,
Yeah.
you might not know that they exist
Okay.
because
Okay.
you
Okay.
have to go turn them on. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is a very good point. Maybe we can briefly, one of us, I mean, each and one of us, mention one of the game mechanics or the game, what the game has to offer. Yeah, let's see if we can put them all together. If not all of them, just the most important ones. I'm gonna say, Shina, you go, or just to understand me, I'm gonna go first, if that's okay. I would say, sorry, Shina.
Okay.
So just to make a point, because maybe you guys didn't understand me. So I would say, Tarkov has missions. What else has Tarkov?
I think that's it.
No, Tarkov has a lot more. So, but I'm sure you guys didn't understand the point. So Tarkov has missions. Tarkov has, what does have? Scavs, yeah, raiders. I'm trying to offer a plethora of options for the new player. What
if somebody's
does
never
Tarkov
played the game before? Yeah, what does Tarkov contain?
Yeah,
Sure.
what does Tarkov have?
It's like a little bit unique.
Scav bosses, scavs, raiders.
Yes.
EMCs, which are other players.
Gun porn.
Rats.
Gun
Five,
porn.
5 hitboxes per head.
Head ears, god damn it.
Head jaws, yes. Samosh?
Tons of different ways to heal yourself that
Okay.
you're gonna forget.
Okay. Shina? Skills, very good. So there's a lot of things that you should. I mean, we're not trying to scare to scare people to be like, oh my god, what is this game? You know, it's not that complicated, although it is, right?
It is.
It is.
And never use PRS
is.
ammo. Never use PRS.
Yeah. You can't just, I mean, you can. Every round in the game is lethal. Every gun in the game is lethal. If you hit a soft spot, you can kill someone with every gun in the game with one shot. That's all you need is a bullet. It doesn't matter what it is. I've killed super sweaty dudes. Oh yeah, super
Can you
sweaty
kill with the
dudes shot
Makarov with the face? At the face? Can you?
Yeah, shoot him in the ear. One
Is
shot
that a kill?
They're wearing else. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
A single Makarov. I have a clip of doing it.
The only bullet that doesn't one tap someone to a soft head with no helmet is one pellet of buckshot.
Yeah.
What about a Golnik?
A Golnik does 40 or 37, 38, and head has 35.
Golnik will do it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat says, don't forget that Tarkov has lags and dissing.
Yeah, we forgot to mention the main point, really. Tarkov has Peeker's advantage, you know?
Peeker's advantage.
Yeah.
And it has rats.
Yeah, it does. It does. So Tarkov has a lot of things to offer, and I really like the point that you guys mentioned before. Some of the guys who are new at the game do not even realize that, for example, in Ragman's columns, I don't know how they call them, there is a tab where you can buy clothing, for example, under services. You know what I mean? So you have to dig in a bit and find, but you're not going to find that you're not going to find 100% or all the things in a streamer's chat, right? You have to find some things on your own, right?
I mean, as many hours as we all have in this, I'm sure that almost every week, if not almost every day, somebody ends up taking us to school anyway, because you still end up like learning. Like I got killed by some random dude sitting on top of a blast door underground in reserve.
Oh, that one's nasty. That one's nasty.
And then I did 4 or 5 days worth of streams, sitting up there just ruining people's day.
I know
put
which
it on
door.
and then I put it on YouTube.
Oh my god,
it was hilarious, you know. But when it happened, it took me 25 minutes of looking at clips to figure out, oh, there's a shadowy piece of the pair of like feet on top of that door. How did he get up there? And then I had to figure it, you know, like it's just, you learn something no matter how much time you got in the game. And then the devs change stuff, and then you know they add new pieces of geometry or a new boulder or something, and then all of a sudden a spot that you were used to sniping from is no longer that spot.
Yeah.
You know?
So you have to rediscover, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can learn how to play the game very quickly, but what I love about this is that somebody's favorite build and the way that they run the game, the way that they like to play the game, and what they're used to doing, and like how well they're able to capitalize on it by just playing the way that they prefer because it's effective for them. It could be the complete opposite for somebody else, and it's just as effective because that's the way that they prefer how to play. And there isn't a single like there's a couple of meta builds and stuff for people that love to do the shift W stuff, but for the most part, you can become effective with almost anything. Somebody makes a video about running a suppressed HK metagun, and then there's 5 comments of somebody that's like, "Oh, I'd ruin your life with a shot to the stomach with a 153 and some 8.5 buckshot."
Yeah, yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
just gonna hit you with some Magnum fuck shot and end your whole raid. Thank you. I love that. I think it's great.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very good point, actually. 2 days ago or so, I bought the game in July 2017, so that's 300-something years. And 2 days ago, I've learned, but this is something new, but it ties up to what you were saying. I learned that when you're selling something, you can sell that item even though if it's in container, because you can right-click the container, open, and then I didn't know that, yeah. And the guys were like, "What? Are you a Sherpa?" But apparently, we found out that thing has been added recently into the game, and I was totally unaware of it. So yeah, you can rediscover things.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was like 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
A good while ago.
recently.
Yeah, exactly. 2-3 days
It's
ago.
it's all relative, Red. It's all relative, man. Don't worry about it.
Indeed.
Or the most important trick to do in weapon presets. When you're buying all the parts, it won't do it because you don't have space because
Yeah.
all the parts went around the gun.
Yeah.
When you're in that menu, you've bought all the things, you click on add offer, then it opens your inventory. So you can move the gun, you escape out of that, escape into the preset, boom, assemble.
For real?
That's some 500 IQ.
Hold on. Hey, can you repeat that? I need to write that down.
Please, yeah.
Is there a
The
guy
only
coming
way
out
to
for
do
that?
the presets.
Okay, so there's a way around, and then you have to click on add offer,
Yep.
and then you will see the weapon, and you will be able to drag it down, and then you can assemble the weapon. Phew.
So you don't have to exit out of the preset and find the gun again, and find the build, and
Mind blown, Kip. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
no
No,
problem.
Okay.
Now that we're talking about changes,
Yes.
you guys remember the small line under when you used to sell everything, when you like went to the traders and wanted to sell, and there was always a small line. You could put the window a little bit to the right. You remember that?
The 2 extra bars. Did they remove that?
Yeah.
They removed that. Or often have you click to clear list instead of moving that bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was.
I think
removed
a lot of things could be corrected in. I mean, this weapon presets mechanic. I think that could be corrected if they add an option for the mechanic to move the weapon down to the next available slot. Right? If that's
or just assemble the weapon and then Ragman gives it to you in like a separate inventory, for example.
Very good. Yeah. Hey, you assembled this weapon, but you don't have space. Here's the weapon, or some stuff like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
To make it a little more user friendly. We've had the system for a year now.
Yeah, indeed.
Sure.
And it's still with that bug, right?
Yep.
Can there not be like, if you click on a gun and click edit preset, can there just not pop up your presets on the left that you have already as favorites?
Yeah.
Instead of being able to search
in a
into
different
the preset.
window.
Yeah, well, like you clicked already on the gun, you click already edit preset, because if you're gonna click on a preset, right, you're gonna have the gun ready with space. So the game should automatically know that you want to edit, for example, an AK-74N, and should pop up your presets for the AK-74N on the left. So you click on it and then assemble.
Yeah,
boom,
very good.
finish.
A lot
so
easier.
you don't have to search it. Yeah.
Yeah, faster. Yeah.
Yep.
We can add this we can clip it and add this as a suggestion. Tag the guys. Maybe this will happen in God knows when. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can get that right after they give us loadout presets.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should do that
Wouldn't
before
wouldn't
they add
be a
that.
thing? Yeah. So we're getting close to the last questions, and I would like to summarize the beginning of the podcast and you know the answers that we have given people so far. So is Escape from Tarkov for me? I would say, Kippen, you go ahead and go for this one. Answer this one. Is Escape from Tarkov a game for you or for everybody?
Or for everyone, or for me?
For it is a game. If you're a new player or you're thinking on buying Escape from Tarkov, is Escape from Tarkov a game for you?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
if I'm the type of person who likes to invest a lot of time in any new game that I play.
yes.
I don't typically hop around between games too much. I tend to stick to one game for 1,000+ hours easily.
Okay. Shina, if you decide to buy the game, which version should you go for?
I mean, I'm a player who don't play many games. I don't like play many games. If I love a game, I play like the same. Many hours, one game. Before Tarkov, I played long time Battlefield, and right now I play Tarkov.
Yes.
And yeah, for me, EOD.
EOD.
Because I know I will be play this game all the time.
Okay.
And right now, games are very expensive. Not only Tarkov, games are very expensive, and I have 3 expensive games, and I played maybe 40 hours. These 3 games, and I put somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay. So you're saying if you're going to invest the time, then buy the best.
Yeah.
The best version. Okay. Okay.
But
if you wanna play this game, if you're watching this game, if you are ready to play this game, yes. Because okay, you can have money, you can play a long time one game, but you can maybe not enough watching this game to be ready to buy. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah.
If you are ready to buy this game, if you wanna play this game, and if you think this game is for you, then yes.
Okay. Okay.
And just to add some perspective to this, when I first started, I had a little, that short period I told you about where I played for a little bit, and I was like, and then I came back, and when I came back, within 24 hours, I upgraded my game.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of help will I get from the community when I decide, or after I decide to buy the game and I want to gather some information, Onepeg? What kind of help do I get?
I mean, there's obviously the Sherpa program, which we discussed.
Copy.
There's online resources like the Wikipedia, stuff. There's thousands of YouTube resources. There's tons of documentation on Reddit. There's maps, and I mean, there's more information for free that you can get that you'll more than you'll ever consume. So I would there's a hit up Google. You'll find it everywhere.
It's not a problem then. It's not a problem. Okay.
No.
Dinez, is Escape from Tarkov a game that you could play solo, or would you recommend team play?
I will definitely recommend solo or duo. I wouldn't recommend somebody running more than a duo, because Tarkov is not a game where it has name tags above your friend. So you're going to struggle with that. And I think solo or duo is the way to go, in my opinion, for sure.
Copy. Samosh, what maps would you recommend to people, to beginners?
Customs to start with, because it's where all your starter quests are going to be, and it gives you a range of different combat situations that you can use. So yeah, customs, and then move on to maps like Shoreline or Interchange to get your money up.
Okay. What weapons would you recommend for beginners? Everyone can intervene here.
Kedda. SKS.
AK-70 for you.
Anything that one taps. Anything that can kill to the head.
Anything that you can buy.
Yeah.
Hatchet.
KS23.
Actually, now that you're talking about guns,
yeah.
do you scav a lot? Like every time you have an available scav, try to get your scav, go in with a free gun, pick up more guns and extract. And
Yeah.
that's your guns. Yes, that's your guns for the next few raids.
Yep.
If you run out, you're gonna do again a scav.
Very
Every
good.
15, 20 minutes, you use scav, get the guns, get out.
Perfect.
Don't fight. Just there will be, like, we all know, if you go in a scav, there's everywhere dead bodies. Pick up 1, 2 guns and extract.
Copy. So this was about to be the next question, but perfect. We got it answered as well. You guys agree? Play with your scav as much as you can?
Every cooldown.
Yeah.
Yes.
As a new player, yep. As long as money is an issue and you need money to be able to like do your raids, obviously, I think yes, for sure.
And it'll expose you to weapon systems that you otherwise wouldn't normally run.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
you can get used to playing with other guns, even if they're stock ones, just to get, like, I've never played with a sniper before because I can't get any scopes. Oh, look,
Mhm.
there's an R700 with a Burris on it.
Yeah.
That's fun. And, you know, at least it gives you an idea of like what you could do.
All
But
right.
be aware, scav, player, 2 separate characters, do not level the same, and you
Right.
cannot do quests on a scav.
Yes, but you
But
can
you can get
gather
fine
quest
raids.
items.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Then one important question which I get a lot in my small streams. How do I get over gear fear?
Well, that's easy.
Okay.
So you want to know what I actually tell people?
Yes, please.
You put on the most expensive kit that you can possibly get in your stash. You walk into a raid, you throw a grenade at your feet, and you kill yourself. You do that as many times as you need to do until you no longer have to worry about gear, because you can go make more money and then you get the gear back. It's not a big deal.
But you don't insure that gear that you have you had on when you
Yeah, don't even bother. No, just kill yourself. Yep, it's
Okay.
gone. Oh well.
Oh,
If
but
you keep coming back and playing, then you don't have gear fear anymore. Then you stop worrying about what you have on.
Okay.
there was a guy in chat earlier who said that 4-man scavs are way more efficient than a 4-man PMC. And I feel like it's because when you play as a scav, you're literally YOLO. Like, you don't care.
Yeah.
If you get that feeling, transfer it over to your PMC, you got gear fear is gone. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Yep.
What about you
think, yeah.
guys?
I think gear fear ultimately boils down to greed, right? Wanting to have more cash.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And cash is limited, obviously. A lot of people, I think the majority of the people who play Tarkov have less than 10 mil, right? They're around the 1 to 5 mil mark. But making money, especially this wipe, is very, very easy. Once you have the know-how, you have the map knowledge, you know the spawns, you have the keys, etc. So I would say working on learning the maps and learning how to make money efficiently is like probably A1 when it comes to like getting rid of gear fear. Because once you have money, at least for me, gear fear is no longer right. Exactly. You can afford to take a beating. And also, like Onepeg said, go in and lose as much gear as you can because it never stops. Just get used to the idea.
Okay.
Yep.
Samosh, Shina?
I usually find it's a lot. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, please.
All right. I usually find that when you get over your first wipe, that's when you realize that, you know what, it's just pixels. You know, if I'm not going to die with it and it's just sitting there, Battle State are going to get rid of it anyway. So I might as well just take it in. Even if you take it in towards the end, like, that's why I like the pre-wipe event so much. Everything's cheap. You get a feel for the weapons that you may not ever use. And then you're like, actually, I like using that. I might take that out next time.
And don't be the guy crying about the wipe happening on a 1-day notice because you didn't get to spend any of your money that you never spend.
Shina, what is your approach to gear fear?
My gear fear went out from my head when I started playing clubs.
That'll do it.
Okay.
That'll do it.
No
Then I started
insurance.
playing
No
solo.
insurance.
Play more solo, no insurance, nobody can help you. You got one tap many times. If not player, then rider. Don't worry, everyone can kill you in super easy, super fast from another side map. And yeah, you can't insure your stuff. You need to learn how make more money, to lose your money more.
Yeah.
And then if you will be dead 100 times, I think you will be safe, you know. From
Okay. You're not gonna have gear fear anymore. That what
No,
All you
that's
need
what-
is a
no,
loot
no.
run.
I think you can also add some science to this and be like, okay, I have this much money, and I die this many times. Like my survival rating is, let's say it's 20%. So you die, you die 4 out of 5 raids, right?
Yeah.
That means that you need to make enough money on the one raid you survive to do 5 more. Right?
Is that doable?
So spend according to absolutely. If you spend according to what you have and figure out like a loadout price that you can work with, right? So like if you make 1 mil on that one run you survive, you can afford to spend 200k on each and every single kit.
Good point. Yep. Yeah.
Tarkov's scoreboard has almost nothing to do with rubles. Like stash value is meaningless, survival rating is meaningless.
Yep.
And that's as soon as you realize that the value in Tarkov has nothing to do with like how much stash value you have or how much money you've made over time or what your survival rating is, your KD ratio. As soon as all that's gone, then you don't care about gear anymore. You just need a good loot run. That's all you need.
Okay.
If you get a good loot run, if you have a good loot run route so that you can make money to afford like the next raid or two, it doesn't matter if you die. It just means that you gotta go grab some more like money out of the well. You know, that's it.
Okay.
I die 4 out of 10 raids, and I spend over 1 mil on every single kit, and I never go broke.
I only buy a KS-23 and run around naked and shoot people in the knees and take their stuff. So.
I have a question.
What can you lose if you only go with the KS?
Yeah, I can't lose it. I'm not losing anything, so I'm good.
6p3 TM as well.
There you go.
The Val is back. It's back.
So,
I don't know if you tried it.
It's
back.
back.
It's back.
It's back finally.
All right.
Shina was saying something.
Yeah. Yes. I have a question because I don't know this is gear fear or what is this feeling, but sometimes new players they are focused so much on survival rate or a KD ratio, and they are so much focused and they don't want to die because they need to survive.
Yeah.
And then it's starting like and another to go to extract, and they learning nothing. I think sometimes it's good to chill and off from head survival rate, KD ratio, or something like that.
Yeah.
Just you wanna learning this game, you wanna be better, off this from head and try to be better.
Okay. Fair point. Yeah.
But I don't know. This is with gear fear or this is another feeling. But yeah, I know people have this.
I think they all bound together or bind. They are bind together. I think. So when I start to wipe, I am very careful with the survival rate because I don't know why. It's stupid, I know, but I'm like, oh no, I don't want to die. I don't want to run through or so. And I think it has a bit to do with gear fear because you don't have a lot of sets at the beginning and you only have 500,000 rubles or whatever, So you cannot spend millions. You cannot die a lot of times. And that will force you to play with the scav as much as you can. And let's be honest, guys, at the beginning, if you want to reach level 10, you cannot afford to play with the scav a lot of times because the scav doesn't level up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this matters for us. This doesn't matter for a player who just bought the game and he's discovering Escape from Tarkov, But in my case, it's all comes up together, Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say just have fun, goddammit. It's a video game. Don't care about anything and just have fun.
Very good, yeah.
It's only a game.
Yeah, it's a video game. Like, don't look at anybody. Just open your game, go in a raid, and just have fucking fun. That's what video games are about, and that's what they're made for. If you care about this and or get panic, I don't have money. Like, it's a game.
Yeah.
Even though you have gear fear, I think like one of the things you should focus on is trying to be proactive in combat.
Explain.
What I mean by that is like if you're not being proactive, you're giving the enemy all of the power in every situation because you're just waiting for them to make a play.
Okay.
You're not. Whereas if you're proactive, you throw grenades, you utilize what tools you have available.
Yeah.
Because part of Tarkov's combat is not just aim. It's also
you want to control the flow.
Exactly. You want to manipulate your opponent as well, right?
Yeah.
So
you want to be controlling the pace.
Very good.
As
Very
much
good
as
point.
you can.
Yeah. Very good point. Which is tied to or which leads us to the next question, which is also a very important questions, and we need we need answers for each and one of you guys here. Different strategies to win a fight, because and keep in mind, yeah, we are talking here to new players. Yeah, it doesn't help if we go with strategies like, you know what, go dorms, jump down from the stairs and kill the guy from that stuff doesn't work. What do you guys recommend to new players?
There's no strategy. You gotta. That's
yeah, but some advice.
In my opinion, that's what will get better at you in your mind. That's why I'm saying game sense makes the fight.
Yeah.
It's the more times you die, and let's say specifically you're in dorms and you're gonna die on the 3rd floor. Next time you're gonna encounter the same encounter, you're gonna be better at the fight because you know, don't do that again because I did it last time and I died.
Yeah.
It's nobody that can tell you what to do in any specific moment because that's just you.
Yeah.
How you're gonna play it out.
I think what Dinez is saying is like, be in the right mindset to learn.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Be ready to adapt to, you know,
the fight.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
And adapt according to like your own mistakes, because that's what I always tell people. Like the best way to learn is to lose. Like there's no better way than to learn than to make mistakes, which is why I also like recommending more like proactive gameplay, because you're gonna try new things that aren't always going to work.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And then you figure out and you try to think, okay, why didn't that work? Why? What did I do? Why did I end up in that situation? What could I have done differently?
Yeah. So analyze your gameplay and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Try to learn from dying. That's how you get further ahead.
I don't think there's anything any of us can tell you as a new player that will straight up improve your gameplay.
There's nothing. No.
Yeah, I think for beginners, like for me, I think, you know, maybe people will disagree, but I think like 85% of this game is auditory. Like you want your opponent to give away like where they are so that you can figure out how you're going to engage them.
Yeah,
right?
how you're going to approach them. Yeah.
If you're brand new to the game, what I would say is pay attention to the noise that you make, because people don't realize, oh, I stepped on wood. How did that guy know where I was?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you know, they make a sound or they don't realize like the little shuffling noises or the little skittering sounds that they make when they're moving around are things that are actually giving away their position. Or like if they do a mag check, like somebody else can hear
the amount of times that I've been called a hacker for people shuffling their feet and them saying that they didn't make any noise. How did you know, man? How did you know I didn't move?
Yep. Running through the middle of a field and you hear like some dude just raises their gun up and you catch it because you got good headphones. And then all of a sudden you're like, and then you just take them out and they don't know how the hell that just happened. It's because you have a low ergo gun and you just raised it to your shoulder and all that clacking gave you away, right?
And
this is what I mean with the question. This is what I mean with the question. What are some of this general advice?
So as you're moving around, pay attention to like, and then from a map awareness standpoint, like you walk through, like if you're playing on reserve and you go through a window, like that little wooden ramp, right? Like you know that if somebody hits that wood, like they're in one of two entrances. If it's the wood ramp followed by a hard floor, okay, they're in the bathroom on the first floor. If they hit broken glass, okay, then they're on the end entrance, like over on the side of the building, right? Like because you can figure out just from like what you're hearing as you're moving through places, if you pay attention, like what all of those auditory triggers mean. And there are guys that do it all the time where like on Shoreline, they can hear somebody like, yep, they're going in this room, they're looting this box, yep, now they're gonna move to the next room, they're looting this box, okay, 3, 2, 1, and they turn the corner and blam, they're dead. Because they knew the route that guy was taking as they were worming their way through the 3rd floor in Eastwood, right? That and like if you're moving through like the bushes and stuff, like pay attention to, you know, crouch walking and, you know, slowing yourself down so that you don't make as much noise, you know, no touch bush, which is like the thing from that one meme YouTube video where I paid that guy on Fiverr to like teach me how to play Tarkov. You know, he just kept yelling at me to not touch bushes and I kept running through the middle of them. You know?
No, that's solid advice.
Like, I'm not supposed to touch the bush. Oh, sorry. You know,
that's solid advice, though. It really is. Like, for example, in Shoreline, this is a very, very good example. Oftentimes, you get a good spawn on Shoreline. You come in, you're on the 2nd floor looting 226 every time. You hear nothing outside on the 1st floor, like outside. But if they touch a bush, that travels through the floors and the wall, you hear that, and it's
Right.
so distinct. So I know somebody's about to break through that jump through in the fence.
Yeah.
So I'll always push to the balcony, and I'm ready. I'm there.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So like if you're pushing up, if you avoid those bushes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there's countless clips where like you can evaluate how somebody made an approach, like good and bad, and you know how you'll see somebody like they know like in woods somebody's up a hill, and instead of going right toward them like through the bushes, they start worming their way around because they're not trying to make noise. If somebody didn't realize, oh, they're trying to avoid like the shuffling, you know, the leaves sounds and stuff, you wouldn't know what the hell you're watching, unless if they weren't explaining it to you.
Okay.
So I would say like, you know, if you're brand new, like strategy wise, if you're trying to learn the game, like just pay attention to
What you
like
hear.
all of those little
Detail,
auditory
yep,
triggers.
yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I
because
agree.
that I think is like the one thing that, you know, other than that, like I completely agree that you have to just play the game and die a lot so that you learn stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're just gonna make nothing but mistakes. I mean,
Okay.
I
Okay.
God, I can't even tell you how many mistakes I make every day. But
There's something else I want to add to this.
Sure.
I've seen a lot of new people crouch walking in the middle of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Like, we said, okay, keep it slow, but don't crouch walk in the middle of shoreline. Like there is nothing.
Why would you do that?
I've seen a lot of people recently doing it, and a lot of new players, and they're like, I saw a guy on customs, you know, the pipes where you go up to the truck. Oh, it's a guy crouch walking. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you crouch walk right there? Like, if you're in dorms, okay, crouch walk, but not in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Gotta level up that covert movement.
yeah.
I would add to this, guys. And you, if something comes into your mind, just go for it. I'm just trying to add some general advice. I would say in open maps, do not stand still too long, because the guys are waiting for that. Yeah, as soon as you stand still, headshot.
Shooter born
Be
in heaven.
careful.
Yeah.
There are a lot of players, and I kind of admire this, even when they loot. You know, they loot for 1-2 seconds and they move a bit. They don't give you the time to snap their head. So be careful with that. One thing that I would add, be careful with which weapon you are playing with. Not all the weapons, or I would say not all the ammo is effective. Be careful with that. What else would you guys add? Samosh, Shina, Kippenbro. If something came
I
into...
can say one.
Yes.
I want to say, Dinez, you said that. Don't copy
A streamer playstyle?
Other
Yes,
people,
yes.
yeah.
But if you're watching some streamers, if you're watching fight, try to understand why he play like that, not another. What he have after through the grenade, what he have after when he went right side or left side or something like that. Don't copy play style, but try to understand what's going on. And the streamer play like that, not another.
So his actions, you mean? Why is he doing that specifically, right?
Why did streamer go under player instead of going over on third floor?
Right.
For example, like the audio engine in Tarkov is probably the one thing that's going to take you the longest to understand.
Yeah.
And
you still won't.
You're still going to be confused in such situations.
There's no. Yeah.
Don't get used to it. Just don't get used to it. Wait for the sound update. Just don't. It's literally the worst audio I've ever been in Tarkov. To be honest, let's be honest here. Tarkov had good audio, except staircase audio. It had good audio, but nowadays
Steam audio worked.
Yeah, nowadays just don't get used to the audio, because I'm waiting the minute the audio update comes in.
2026.
Hopefully.
That's the Russia 2028 project. That's what
soon.
I don't know if there's any like good videos on like the audio system on YouTube.
I think Veritas did one.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
Context.
The pretty new one, but that's context, right? But not necessarily how like the sound system works in terms of like floors and stuff.
Yeah,
we don't know. That's why.
No,
haven't-
no,
it's
but
different all
there
the
are a
time.
lot of mechanics that you can incorporate into your gameplay to like
Yeah, but
completely
it's
dominate
different.
someone.
So I did
Yeah.
a little things video on like certain auditory triggers, but it was like you know, wood to glass to hardwood floors, this entrance kind of stuff. You know, it was more like you got to kind of teach yourself because I mean, there's
No, yeah, but
hundreds of those.
that's good stuff. That's exactly the stuff that I'm aiming at too, as well. But especially the one I play Shoreline, so I'm working with 3 floors almost all the time, right?
Right.
And I know that if someone's on second, pushing down the hall is suicide, right? So if I want to get close to the guy, if I want to seal the deal, we got the whole hallway in between. I'm not going to go over. I'm going to go under because of how the sound engine works.
Like he's on the same floor and not muffled.
Yeah, and below you can't really. Oftentimes you can't even hear it. You can't even hear a thing. But above, oftentimes you can hear it.
Yeah, you hear the muffled steps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like in factory, for example, if the guys are top floor in the offices, you can throw a grenade and go through the bathroom, and most of the times the guys will have no idea that you're on their side.
Because of the grenade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I mess with people on reserve. I go into the like king room where everybody rushes for the tech spawns on in scav school. I mean, everybody goes to the tech room for the drop down.
Yeah.
I just go underground, like in the garage entrance, and I go underneath where all they're stepping around on the wood and trying to like collect stuff, and then I just start spamming voice lines. Good one, because it sounds like I'm right next to them. Even though I'm 4 floors below, it sounds like I'm like outside the door. They're throwing grenades at the door and stuff. Like it's great. Sit there and troll them. Like, nice work, fella. You know, like nothing.
So personally, I really hope that Steam Audio for me was a lot better than this current audio that we have. For me, yes. I was able to pinpoint locations better with Steam Audio, Dinez.
Wait, just a lot? I mean,
okay.
Right now I can take my headset off. It's literally.
I didn't use Steam Audio.
Really?
No, wait. I didn't use it either, but apparently it's just a platform where the normal audio got put into. Yes. The full Steam Audio didn't got implemented. So that means at the end of the day, that Steam Audio was nothing more than just Steam Audio with the normal audio. But the normal audio is currently broken as hell.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why they can't fix it.
That's right.
So I wanted to be careful in saying that for me it was a lot better, because I know that some of the guys are not using it. Like I didn't know about Kippenbro, but I know about Robin. I went to Robin's stream and I was like, "Hey, bro, you're not using it?" No, I cannot get used to it, and I totally understand it. You know, that's why I wanted to be careful.
I wasn't using it either,
but for me, it was a lot better.
I thought it was better.
Directions was better. Directions was a little bit better.
Yeah. Like lateral directions.
Yes,
were better.
Yes,
While
because
up
that
and
was the
down
problem
still
with
broke.
Steam Audio. It didn't fix it, and it had like other weird things like grenades in the distance would sound like they were everywhere in my headset.
Yeah.
Whereas with normal audio, I'd be like, "Oh, that's right there.
Exactly.
Power station.
Exactly.
Go."
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else to pinpoint? Like we mentioned, be careful with the weapons, ammo, how you approach, be careful with the sound, don't stand still. Anything else like some general advice for new players?
Common sense, isn't it? Like,
Sorry?
if you're a lot of it's just common sense. Like, if you're walking through a field and you know that there's like 12, 13 boys that want to bend you over and fuck you, you're not going to stand still and let it happen, are you? You don't want that. You're going to have to like dodge and weave between cover. It's not, you just got to think logically.
Okay.
Put yourself in the shoes of your PMC.
Yeah, the hardest thing that somebody will learn is that like you don't have to enter into a firefight to completion if you're outgunned. Like, you know, people get like this pride about like they have to fight to the end, and it's like, no, dude, like just disengage. Like, you can run away. It's all right. Like, you know, live to fight another day and all that. Like, I think that's another thing that people have a tendency not to do. Is like just leave. Like it's not. You don't have to fight them. You know, make them chase you. Maybe they make a mistake. At least then you're controlling the flow of stuff, and you're not just waiting for them to come at you while you sit there waiting. You know,
letting them chase you is probably the best thing you could do. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'd like to add that the grenades, a lot of people use grenades in such a bad way. They're just like, die, bitch!
Yeah.
Okay, you're, all right, fuck, shit. Die, bitch! Right? And grenades are tools that you can use to make people move in certain ways.
Yes.
That's what I think a lot of people don't understand, is that they're not necessarily the best tool for killing someone, but they're very effective at making them move.
Push back,
push forward, get out the room, or allow you to make a certain push or something like that, right? You
And
can
then-
zone people with them.
M67s are brilliant for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Grenade pushes. Grenade
Throw
pushes.
the grenade, run in behind the grenade, shoot him in the back. This thing
Or
is-
just
they're
throw the
great.
grenade everywhere, wherever you want, and just push.
Yeah,
Yes.
they hear that. They hear the tink tink tink. Ah,
Yeah.
And the
they-
grenade
get
audio is
scared.
so bad you can't pinpoint where it is.
Where it is,
Yeah.
bro. You're like, where is the goddamn name?
Okay. Anything else as a general advice?
You will suffer.
Yeah. You're gonna die a lot.
You're gonna die a lot. You're gonna prepare some keyboards.
Mhm.
Honestly.
We're
You better have
We're
the
gonna
Amazon wish list
chuckle.
up on
Yeah.
your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You will not be able to sleep because you got mad.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna,
lost
we're
your
gonna
favorite kid.
guys like us will kill you, and you're gonna be very salty.
Oh, Tarkov Guru. Tarkov.guru.net or something. I forget the link.
Okay.
That stuff is super useful for it has like it has so many tools for like hideout and which items are which items you need, and also which items are worth most per slot. That's another thing. Like looting in Tarkov is not necessarily, I loot for things that I want because I'm not worried about money.
Yeah.
But if you're a newer player, you should loot for value per slot. That's like the biggest thing that most experienced Tarkov players know. So like if one thing is worth 90k but it takes up 9 slots, that's 10k per slots.
Okay.
It's not that good, right?
Can you link me? Can you send me the link and I will put it in the description as well.
Sure
I'll
thing.
put it
Yeah.
in, and I got time on it.
Perfect.
I'll Discord you.
Okay. What would be some final advice has only singular. Yeah. Advices does not exist. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
Advice,
Right?
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. So what is the final advice coming from you guys? Personal advice based on your EFT experience, but not trolls. Yeah, serious stuff. What is your final advice for the new player?
Never give up. Take small steps and you will be better in this game. Practice, record writes, learn from your mistakes, from mistakes your enemy. Analyze the situation, stay positive if someone has been better at fighting, accept the defeat, would I say?
Okay.
With humility, and next time try to be better.
All right.
Solid.
Well, I
Next.
have nothing to add.
Okay, perfect. In the sense
Remember
that,
that
yeah,
10 times, like you could die 10 times, but win one raid and you make up for those 10 losses. Like one raid can make your whole day. It just depends on how you play it. So, you know, Tarkov's meant to make you cry at least twice a week. So if it does it any more than that, then it might be time to take a break for the night or whatever. But
Yeah, sometimes we
Speaking of which, I'm due for my weekly cry.
yeah.
Come to think of it. Yeah, it's about an hour.
Sheena wanted to say something. Sheena, go ahead, please.
Yes, I said sometimes we're waiting all day for this one beautiful ride and then we are super happy.
Yeah, indeed. It pays for all the deaths that you have experienced
Yes.
before, right? Yeah, and you simply
Yes.
forget about them. Yeah. Dinez, your advice?
My advice:
No troll.
no troll, no
No.
troll. Okay, I'll try my best. Just have fun. Literally, just
Okay.
have fun. Money is not everything, and just have fun.
Okay.
Like, don't go hatchet. Okay, if I see you hatchet, I'll kill you. You're gonna be back to lobby. You're just gonna miss 20 minutes out of your gameplay,
Why?
of your weekend gameplay.
That's right.
Just
Shoot him in the legs, underhand toss, VOG
Yeah.
25, walk away.
Exactly. You just
Yeah.
missed 20 minutes running around with hatchet in a map that you
That's right.
could at least with, if you had a pistol or something, could made some profit. Maybe you killed me, maybe not. You will never know.
I
But
will say though, I have to give credit to the newer players. They typically are geared out.
yeah,
They typically have they have this idea that they have
'Cause
to be
they don't know
Yes.
yet.
Yes.
right.
That's why.
The
'Cause they
hatchet
don't know
runners
yet.
are all level 30 plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
see
guys
people-
that are like level 15 and under bring kits. All the hatchlings are like 28 to 50.
Agree.
Yep.
Agree.
100%.
Yeah, agree. 100%. It's until they know how to
And also,
like
one thing I would like to say is that you shouldn't be too worried about the starter gear. Because in the beginning, you're like, oh, I have all this stuff. I don't want to lose it, right? Don't worry about it. All that stuff is worth like nothing. And later on, you'll know how to make money. You can make all of that stuff back in 2 raids.
Yes.
1 Bitcoin is more worth than everything you have right now, basically.
So don't be scared to like take shit out and go lose it. It's part of the process.
Okay. Onepeg? You said maybe something else came into your mind in the meantime, but you said
Shina nailed it. I
Okay.
mean, I don't really have anything to add to that. I mean,
Okay.
No, I
it was
agree.
like she
I
said
agree.
everything I wanted to say and more. So I
Yeah.
don't really have.
what I really like.
Don't quit. Don't quit.
Good point. Good point. What I really like about you guys is that you guys do not promote the cheap way of making money. At least not here. Yeah, what you guys do in your streams, it's a whole different story. But
No.
I really like that. First of all, you don't promote. Just a second, Dinez. First of all, you don't promote that, and then you do not promote the naked style, you know, just, hey, listen, grab some shoreline keys, go for the red X's. You know, I really don't like that stuff, and I'm very happy that you guys are not promoting that. But I would be okay if you would. Yeah, I mean, like everyone plays the game however they want. Dinez, sorry, go ahead.
If you do that, you will not have fun, honestly.
Okay.
'Cause I see a lot of people doing like streamers, YouTube streamers, going for having 400 million, 500 million. Do you think they really have fun doing it by just going interchange and farming GPUs? That's not fun. Literally, I'll tell you that right now. That's not fun. It's more fun to kill a guy, even if you sit 30 minutes in a goddamn corner to wait for him to pass by, instead of just headshot running or pistol running straight to the loot spawns to just get the loot done. I know you get money, do it 1, 2 times, but if you feel like you have like 5 million in your stash, you can just do a normal raid.
So on the long run, it's not fun. Is that what you're saying, right?
Oh hell yeah! Is it fun? Ask the other guys. Is it fun? I don't know.
Certain people might think it's fun, but it teaches you nothing.
Yeah,
You don't learn anything.
Yeah.
Like, and if the point is to eventually become better at the game, if that's what they're trying to accomplish, like, people want huge stash values. Okay, fine, but why? Because even if they never wipe the game, it does you nothing if you don't use it. So if the point is to use it at some point, right, then it's all right. Well, if you want to use that stuff that you're trying to amass this massive pile of cash for, but you're still dog shit at the game, all you're going to do is get further frustrated because you never learned how to play to begin with. So it would be much more of a benefit to you than spend the pittance worth of money that you have, and on a raid where you're trying to at least further your abilities, than on 50,000 rubles or whatever you've got left and go dead broke, than it would be to hatchet run 10 raids in a row to get 1 million rubles or 5 million or whatever it is on the other side, because you've done nothing for yourself.
All right. Good. That brings us to the end of our script. I obviously did not ask, word to word every question and so on. But I think we went through the basics. If there's something that we have forgotten, guys, now is the time. Maybe we have forgotten mentioning something very important. By the time we finish the podcast, if something comes into your mind, then please let us know, and we can definitely share it with whoever is going to watch this video or this podcast in the future. Do you guys mind taking some questions from the chat and answering 2-3 questions each or so? 2 questions each, maybe?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So, guys, if you guys want to ask some questions, like some personal stuff, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Some questions, maybe some advice or
I've heard
or
Onepeg
whatever.
is single.
Go for it.
What's that?
I'm just kidding.
What, the sea shanty stuff?
No, I say Onepeg is single.
What are your
single?
bank details exactly?
No.
Yeah.
No, I am very much married with 3 kids.
One question
3?
I have.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Guys, one
my
question
son is
I have
15.
is why not tie voice lines to actions in the game? Similar to the scav, I feel it would make the game more interesting when there is no voice over IP. I'm not sure I understand what he means.
Well, you kind of have that, but
you
it's
have that
a bit of a
already.
clunky system, but we do have it.
Type
But
voice lines.
you're in
Check
control of it
keys.
yourself.
Yeah, I mean, go watch Smoke play the game, or watch some of his old videos. I mean, that guy uses voice comms better than anything I've ever seen before. It's amazing actually watching him do his thing.
Okay. So that is what he means with this, using the voice calls to trigger some actions in the game, which means like, hey, come here and stuff like that, and
I
Yeah,
think
he
what
means,
he's
like,
asking
if he's
is
throwing a grenade, like, to have a
Yeah.
voice thing that says, like, "Nade
I
out,"
see,
or
I
whatever,
see,
instead
I
of, like,
see, I
having to
see.
hotkey it.
yeah.
But you will not do that in a fight, actually.
No, I mean,
You
if you're
have
Really?
that, but you are in control of it yourself. I think he wants the game to do it automatically
Oh.
as like an
Mhm.
immersion
Yeah.
thing.
that
So
used
like
to
you
be
throw
a
a grenade
thing.
at.
If you guys
Did it?
remember at the beginning, the USEC, every time the USEC threw a frag, he used a voice to say something.
Catch this, you bitch!
This was a
Yeah.
thing. This was a thing in the game, honestly. But
If
like
you
a long
if you
time ago.
press if you press Y when you throw a grenade, it does that now.
It does that. If you extract and if you press Y, it says extracting or at extraction or
Mhm.
something like that,
Yep.
right?
And then you got the
mid-meds,
mumble
if you're
command
patching
also.
up.
Yep.
Yeah. So in a certain way, it's in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Y key situationally does an awful lot. That's very true.
The F1 key is also amazing. I really love using that one because it's
Yes.
if you've fired some shots, there's an aggro version of the mumbling. It's insults instead, taunts. Whereas if you're just walking around, it's just casual shit. Like,
Exactly.
What about command? They just
Yeah.
left us.
Yeah. Do you guys
agree.
think that there should be level cap lobbies rates to help new players?
No.
No.
No, that
It
would
will
kill the
not
game.
help you.
Skill kit. No. Yeah.
It will not help you. There's
It will kill
there's
the game. Because
the
every
only
new
reason why
player,
anybody would care about that is because they die too much to guys that have more experience than they are or than they have. It's
Mhm.
that's just time spent, man. You just
But it's
gotta
such a
get in there and do
big
it.
part of the game, right? Is that not knowing? That's part of the experience,
right.
not knowing what you're going up against.
Yeah.
And also knowing that you could one tap the juiciest Chad in the lands of
And-
Tarkov.
And
Mhm.
levels in the game have nothing to do with skill. At all.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I can start over tomorrow and take a steaming dump on every beginner in the game. You know, like
Yeah.
and I could be level 1 and it won't matter.
That's true. As just as an example, I don't consider myself a PvP player, a mere PvP player. I went labs with an MP7 and I killed a level 67 with 2 HKs on his back. Yeah, so that can happen. It doesn't happen in my case. It doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. So it's not a must. And apart from this coming from the mouth of Nikita, that's never going to be a thing. Yeah, but we have seen Nikita changing his opinions, but he literally said that that's not going to be a thing, Steph. What
I
do you
think
guys
skill-based
feel?
matchmaking would kill the game.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so too.
yeah.
I think
Probably
so too.
have
It is.
something similar to that in arena mode or something if there's
Mhm.
matchmaking.
Yeah, good
anyways.
point. But that's a
you'll
whole
never
different
see that on
story.
the survival side.
Yeah. What do you guys think about, or how do you guys feel about the Bitcoin fuel this wipe? The prices?
I think it's kind of a lot, but on the other hand, everything else is kind of triple the price right now.
They have been progressively nerfing fuel.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like,
yes.
they did it
Exactly.
for the 3rd time very recently, and at least that's what I've heard. I don't know anything about game files. Wink, wink, Nikita. Please don't hurt the wiki guys. They did that fuel shortage event and they never put it back. So it's been a fuel shortage and then they made it
Mhm.
worse. But
Okay. They
They're
buffed
very
it, right?
adamant about not changing
No.
the system of which Bitcoin operates in the game.
they
right?
slightly increased fuel consumption rates, and they also
Added solar
increased-
panel.
Yeah, and today they also increased fuel like Bitcoin farm upgrade costs, and
Mhm.
they also made it slightly longer to generate Bitcoin.
Okay.
And I think the reason why is because they're trying to figure out how they can offset the Bitcoin generation because it's just flooding the market with money. Like there's so much cash flow around now.
Mhm.
Yeah, inflation is insane. Inflation is
It's
insane.
hyperinflated because a Bitcoin last year a Bitcoin was 160K and now it's 700 plus.
Yeah.
And last
yeah.
wipe, GPUs peaked at 500K. Now they're at 1.3 mil.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, eventually, like the GPU cost and stuff will hit like some critical mass where, the fee for selling it will just be too much, but it's nowhere near there yet.
Yeah, I think Dogecoin is
But
going to take
they're
over.
trying to offset the fuel like supply against like the generation of Bitcoin as an expense because now like the only really reliable place you can get it is like the flea market because they don't restock Jaeger at all.
Yeah.
Like and the barters are gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do. Things might just be more money. I have no idea, but
From
I mean, it just
observe,
looks like they're trying to offset it with the Bitcoin generation.
I mean, something will definitely happen. Do you guys think? My question: do you guys think that the Bitcoin will reach the million before they do something?
Well, I don't
mean,
think they're going
could
to
happen
change it
this week, because it's tied
Yeah.
to the market,
Yeah.
like the actual market. So, I mean, if Bitcoin hits, another all-time high, I mean, it's very, very easily possible. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
a lot of people are very like, a lot of people have different opinions about this. I don't really have too much of an issue with giving the player base more money because I think it just promotes people actually like going out and spending it.
Yeah.
And,
playing with more gear, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a good thing. I really don't mind it. I do think it's okay that they have added the solar. They made it twice as expensive material wise, but the price has like quadrupled.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Asas are 2.5 mil now.
Yeah.
You need like
Yeah.
8 of them or something. 4? I don't know.
4 for solar.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I think
Yeah.
the price has been negated largely.
Mm-hmm. I think
Yeah.
if you observe, guys, we have played multiple wipes, and normally the general tendency is the prices go up a lot at the beginning, and then they start moving down. The graphics card, at a certain point is 400,000, and then it's 3, then it's 2, then 150, and then it stays at 120. Just to give you an example, now we are so deep into this wipe, and you see the prices going up and up and up. AESA is now going down. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy myself a thick item case with when the price goes back to 19 million. You know what? Nothing. It went to 21 millions. And I'm
Don't
like,
buy it. Don't buy it. Yeah. Red, just barter. Holy shit.
No,
The
I
moonshines
did it.
are,
I
like,
bought
super
it.
cheap.
I bought it for like 4 million cheaper. You know what I mean? But you see, the general tendency is that things are not going down anymore. And
Well, and anything that is tied to Bitcoin is going up, but everything else
Right.
is going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a larger player base now.
Plus
and there's
the
less,
inflation.
And there's less loot, right? They've nerfed loot rates twice
Yes.
since 12.9 went
Yes.
live. And there's a larger player base, so there's still there's less supply and more demand overall, which means not everybody has their Bitcoin farms like maxed out and everything. So there's still
And
a
also
demand
we
to
had
buy
the
them.
drops event too, like the
And-
influx
and
you're
the
saying.
drops,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, there's still a big demand for like GPUs and like Bitcoin farm stuff. Like that's what everybody.
But there's
needs.
more servers equal more players, which means more raids being played each
Yep.
30 minutes.
Yep. There's more raids. There's just less loot floating around. So
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like the demand is still up there. Like I have like 3 GPUs, but it's not like I'm trying to like max my Bitcoin farm or anything. But like there's just more. There's more players and there's less stuff. So at least for the Bitcoin farm stuff, because like you can follow the curve. Like at the beginning, it's hoses and bolts and shit, and then it like moves past that, and then you're on to like all of the gun parts and the shotgun slides and everything, and then it moves past that, and now it's like in the GPU phase when like the bolus of the player base is like trying to get their GPU farm built up. So,
How do you feel
and
about
now that they nerfed the upgrade costs, like now PSUs and stuff are more expensive today
Yeah.
than they were before. And
How do you feel about strength bonuses? Do you dislike the increased sprint speed and jump height? For instance, Pestili proposed a change to
Moonboots?
strength that wouldn't increase sprint speed flat out, but that would decrease the amount you're slowed with heavier armors.
Fuck yes. Holy shit, good idea. But I mean, I think all of the skills in Tarkov, not all of them, majority of them are actually vastly broken, especially the elite skills, the elite
perks and
perks.
stuff
Yeah.
get a little crazy.
Yeah,
I will agree with that. But
I think they
would
should.
also
I think
say,
just they should like bridge the gap between a new player and like a maxed out player and make it a little bit of a,
How
of a
about we
smaller
start-
increase.
Balanced?
Like instead of 30%, it could be 15.
Yeah.
It'd still be
Oh,
sick.
How about we starting every player starts their skill on level 15?
From
So
the beginning.
fresh new
feel it.
character.
Well, that's basically what I'm saying. Like bridge the gap. Like remove.
yeah.
Like make
like
make.
compress it a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make everybody have level 15 skills at the beginning from level 1.
Yeah, because at the
Or-
very
or like
beginning,
max-
at the
max
very
health.
beginning, it's punishing. Like you can run for 3 seconds and you're out of breath.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Max
Yeah, I
health gives
agree.
you a % chance to tank any shot and take no damage.
Yeah.
Zero
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah. Yeah,
Shina?
max health is nuts.
Okay. Shina, do you also level up your skills or aim or struggle to reach elite, or you don't care about that stuff?
I mean, I'm not push. I play normal. I have
Okay.
a fun. I'm not using. I mean, I'm using Steams or something like that, but on the labs because I have to. But I'm not super focused on this. I mean,
Okay.
I have an endurance max. I don't. Yeah, this is one. Oh, I wanna make search, but it will be long time.
Okay. Okay. So you're not like actively continuously pushing to reach level 50 endurance
No.
and strength. You
No,
just
no,
play
no.
and it will come, right? Okay.
Natural. Yes.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm, mhm. Okay. What do you guys think? I have a personal question. One more question. What do you guys think about? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the scav times on shoreline have been drastically reduced. You spawn on shoreline with 60 minutes at road to customs, and you have ruined road house fenced. House fence. What do you guys think? Are you okay with that?
Oh, you mean like you don't have very much time left in the raid when you spawn?
No. You spawn with 60 minutes with the scav on shoreline.
Oh, you spawn at the beginning.
Yeah. No. With 16 minutes
left. 34 minutes into the raid.
So you're spawning pretty late. Yeah.
Yeah, very late. Do you guys play with the scav on shoreline? Does that this
so
not
it's like how interchange was. Like you would spawn on interchange with a scav, like 9 times out of 10 you'd have like 12 minutes left.
Yeah.
Like
I still spawn like that.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they modified it so that like you could spawn toward the start of a raid, and then everybody with a voice complained that scavs starting up too, or like player scavs early in the raid were like ruining their gameplay. Like, I mean, I think that if there's a scav spawn that exists at all on the map at all, then there's a chance that a player should be one of them. That's what I think. So like if a scav is going to spawn on the map and there's a player in queue, then the player gets to slot, a bunch of times.
But I literally had a raid where I spawned.
Like shoreline's dangerous because of a player scav. Like, Jesus.
Can they add player scavs to labs, but they cannot extract?
No,
just to ruin your day.
If you spawned with a raider kit, but you couldn't leave with anything, just to like, oh, dude, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Not gonna lie.
That would be awesome.
Just to mess
Give
up
me
with
a 103 raider scav kit and like let me go to work.
You know why? I say that? You know why I say that? Because raiders are more broken than 90% of the player base. They're just so goddamn broken. It's just impossible.
The vision, man. The vision that they have.
I'd rather have player scavving in than having those raiders to fight. Honestly.
Yeah, when it's the Raider Scav event where they're like on every map, I call those Ufalo.
Guys, actually, this is a great idea. It will be amazing to spawn in labs with your mates as in parking, as four-man raiders.
Dude, that would be awesome. You can't take any of the gear with you, but you can play the round.
Yeah,
like, that would be great.
And you can learn labs.
That's
which
so
you don't have to
I
spend
love it.
300K
Oh my
for.
gosh, I love that idea.
It'd be so toxic. I love it.
Can someone clip
Just
that?
Imagine.
Can someone clip that? We'll
Just
post
imagine,
it
bro.
in...
You coming out with your four-man team out of parking, and you get made
be like
boom,
full
dead.
kamikaze though.
Oh, that would be
Maybe
great.
that will come
And
as
please,
a DLC or so.
If you're gonna implement it, please make sure you're gonna implement the right skills. Because raiders, have you ever seen them reloading? They do like, they're done.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah.
They're like, what?
Did he reload already? I thought I had more time. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, he reloaded already.
They were able to reload and
they
cook
have the
themselves
Twitch
lunch in a
drops
split second.
event reload time.
Oh, that drop event reload time was insane. That was insane.
I wonder if that was like Raider model like levels or what the hell that was, because that was ridiculous.
It was an accident. Like they added an extra 0
really?
on the
Yeah,
like
so
it
we
was
had
supposed to
level-
be like it's like a decimal point like variable, and they had the decimal point like 1 point over like to the right, so it was 10x what it was supposed to be.
I think it was level 15 or something, right?
Yeah, instead of being level 15, it was like level 150.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like it was like the decimal point was
and the
wrong.
levels
So they left it like that, and
scaling.
everyone shut up,
They keep
right?
scaling.
Yeah, they keep scaling past 50. Yeah.
Yep. So you
Yeah.
could pop
Okay.
stims when you're max endurance, and you get level 70, and there is a difference. There is a difference.
They do have a ceiling on it for the player, like in the like you can only stim up to like a certain point. Like it will cut you off, but yeah, you can go above 50. Yeah.
Max endurance, I go from like tunnel to like halfway to resort, pop an SJ6, I get to the jump through, and I still have stamina left.
I mean, you have
From
max
tunnel.
endurance though, so
Wow,
you with an
wow.
SJ6 is like you just don't run out.
No, never. I could run. I could run
sprinting a
across
marathon.
shoreline with 2 stamina bars.
Yeah, that's insane.
Let me give you another question.
Oh wait,
Go
can I
for
say
it,
something?
Dinez. Sure.
I was thinking about how could they make labs more populated. Can they just not do some goddamn events on the weekends, insurance labs day or something like that?
Yeah,
So-
like a dynamic day, like a promo day would
just
be kinda
do
cool.
it. Just get more
Yeah.
people into labs. I mean, you made that map. That map is probably your best map on optimization wise.
Yeah.
And you just not let people use it because you made it way too expensive for way less loot that you're gonna get out of there.
Therapist found a panel van full of labs keys.
Yeah, and then on top of it, you are gonna lock it behind Streets of Tarkov. That map next wipe, it will be dead. Nobody's gonna
be
play.
played. Yeah, it's not
It
going
would
to
be
be
dead.
played.
And
Nobody.
also,
Yeah, no one will play labs
please
off the streets.
What are
Yeah,
you guys
nobody.
going to
Labs.
do? What are you guys going to do, Shina and Dinez, when labs is going to be locked behind streets?
I would probably quit. Not gonna lie. I'm not kidding.
I will
I'm
break
quitting.
everything to go
I
to
said that
labs.
before. I'm quitting.
they really need to buff the loot on labs. Bring the cheaters back to labs so we can play the other maps in peace.
No.
please.
Listen.
I mean,
Keep
Kippenbro,
spawning GPUs on shoreline.
I died 16 times a row by bad people, and I didn't give up. You know, they can't kill me. You know.
You have
You know,
patience.
the only time that I'll play on labs is when BSG says that there was a hacker ban wave. I'm like, oh, so for the next 48 hours, I can play labs now. And then
you know my best day on labs?
On day 3.
You know my best day on labs? My best day on labs, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was just running through labs, shooting everything, and it was the first day battle I got implemented.
Yeah.
It was my best day on labs. Not gonna lie.
I actually
no
remember
head
doing
and eyes,
that.
no nothing. It was crazy good.
Yeah.
But can I say something? Do you remember time before wipe? What's going on the labs when is less price lab keycard or is free? No, that wasn't free, but we haven't limit. Yes.
Okay.
Buy lab keycard.
Yes.
Everyone went full gear. Maybe not full gear, but everyone want fight. That was like one big fire on labs.
Yeah.
You see.
I mean, I think I understand like the idea behind wanting to put labs behind the key card, like you have to pay to get into it, kind of
but
thing.
It's not worth it. If it
don't
will be
think
worth it, I will tell you clearly. Yeah, it's worth it.
It isn't worth it. I get the idea. I get the idea, but I think in implementation, it's a complete waste. Like they should just let people go run labs for free again. Because you'd have the whole player base would go and play. The no insurance is penalty enough. You know, like you'd actually have like people
keys
on the map. Yeah,
to
and
open
you
the
need
door.
keys to get good loot. Yeah,
And it would drown out the cheaters too.
It would
because you would have enough players that you wouldn't see as many of them. That's the problem right now. Is that the population versus cheaters is too low.
Yes. Yes.
I completely agree.
They should honestly, like BSG thinks still, and I'm really sad about it, that labs is their holy map or the best map, which it is optimization wise, but it's not loot wise. If I see somebody posting me a screenshot on Discord, he finds 3 GPUs on one table, that's 5 million. I don't make 5 million.
Where does the key card go anyway? Like on the way in, where does the white key card go?
I don't know.
Like, is there just like a key card reader that operates as a shredder at the same time?
Exactly.
Why can't you just keep the key with you? If you live, you take the key out, you get to use it again. Like why is it getting burned?
Make labs keycard a permanent item.
Yeah, like if you
make it cost 20 mil, fuck it.
Make it so like it can't sit in the gamma container.
Not a permanent item.
If you die, it drops just like the cultist knife.
Okay.
Right? But if you live and get out, you get to go again.
You get to keep it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to keep it.
That would be cool. That would be super cool. Like for single use key cards. That would be a great idea.
No, but that would encourage the rat movement, guys. People will be like, oh, I don't want to die. You know? Yeah. I don't know. It's not easy.
But it also means that every time you kill a player, you would get a labs keycard.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because if you're getting kills
so
on
you
other
kill
players,
6 players, you got 6 more keycards.
And they're not found in raid because they had to get
can't
brought
sell
in.
them. Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a good idea. That's a solid idea.
That
75K from therapist. You know? Wow.
Yeah.
Can someone clip that? Let's send it to Dimitri. That's a good idea.
Nikita, please. Nikita.
I want to answer that question. why do people think that labs is supposed to be loot rich compared to other maps? Because before labs got implemented, the average player had 3 to 5 million. After labs got implemented, people have started to have 100 million and above.
Yeah,
That's
the
why.
quality of or the amount of risk that labs entails should have. It's supposed to be like high risk, high reward, right?
If
Like you have
labs,
way more likely to die, but also way more likely to cash in, and it just doesn't feel like that anymore.
if labs didn't got implemented, they didn't have to bandage everything. If labs, for example, didn't get implemented, like they had to bandage Ledexes, which they had to make them spawn on a shoreline because everybody was crying they were getting cheated on labs.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
If you
so
notice,
many
you can
different
get
things.
every piece of loot that you can find in labs, you can find on other maps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in the days,
you don't
used
have to
not.
go to labs anymore.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Dinez, implementing, let's just take the LEDX example. It actually worked very well, very well. You know, taking those very rare items out of labs and putting them on shoreline, and you know, it's a very good thing for the game.
Yeah, it is a good thing. But if I have key cards in worth of 100 million and I can't get one LEDX, and you with your 226 key that costs 50K can find a LEDX, or with 3 other keys you can find 3 LEDXs in a raid, that is not fair.
Spam. You just spam med storage on interchange, you get 3 in one raid.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
the drop rates for those things on other maps are way higher.
Yeah,
yes.
Totally agree. Yeah.
You
Do you guys think labs should be the most loot-rich location? Says Walker.
Well, it always used to be, but it is it's factory's almost better now.
Yeah,
I mean, like I don't know if I would say it should be the most loot rich, but it absolutely should have some type of reward that is like that is somewhat like similar to the amount of risk that people are undertaking. Because now the only way that you make any money is
I agree.
Yeah, you have to have a couch bag and kill a shit ton of raiders and like min-max loot from them by taking like suppressors and scopes and stuff and completely fill your shit out.
And you gotta hope that IFAC is on 14K on the flame market to make profit.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Guys,
Yeah,
I think we need to go to the basics. What is labs? Is a place where tier 1 stuff is being produced. Yeah. It has to be. It has to have very rich or very expensive items.
I don't agree. Like, just make it so that if I have a red keycard, right? Red keycard loot is currently garbage. Make the red keycard being able, like drastically improve that you can find it. Lock the price of the red keycard at 40 million, so you can't sell it more than 40 million because it's not worth it. And the loot right now is actually pretty trash. So just make it, just raise the spawn rate of red keycard. Easy. Just make it spawn more. But I can confirm that GPU spawn more frequently now on labs. 100%.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I found a lot of them today.
Yeah, but I'm scared if will be better loot, one more on the labs will be more cheaters.
Yeah, but that's again, if there's more players, then more players going to report. That means the faster the cheaters gonna get detected.
The more players you can get on labs, the less cheaters there will be. That's absolutely.
But are you guys saying that? Are you saying, Dinez, that you don't get full rates on labs?
I'll play. I tell you my server. I play Czech. I play Czech. I play Spain. I play Poland, and I play Netherlands.
Hackers, go for those servers.
There's 0 hackers on my servers.
No, you literally get no people as well. Like I tried labs last week. I get like 2 players per lobby.
1 or 2 players. Yeah.
Why am I getting killed by HK sweaties all the time, man?
It's literally the one guy in your lobby. Literally the one guy in your lobby.
Okay.
No hackers at all. I can't complain. Hackers? No, I haven't been killed by a hacker.
What about you, Shina, lately?
Every day.
Right, so play on Spain server, get wrecked by Dinez, claim hacker. Got
it. Yeah.
Like I tried to change my service, and honestly, I don't know why NA is so active right now, but it can be 9 in the morning for me, so 2 a.m. for NA people.
Yeah.
And if I switch to NA, there will be more going on than on Europe.
NA is crawling with RGB gamers, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Like it's really bad. Yeah, like
So
New
is
York
EU.
City, like East Coast U.S. servers, because East Coast will serve all of the U.S., South America, and
Europe.
most of Western Europe, right? So
Yeah.
everything from like Moscow and west,
Wow.
it will serve everyone within the ping limitation,
Wow.
right?
I'm in
So,
Greece and I can connect to New York.
yeah,
I have
East,
120 ping to it.
yeah, there you go. So like East Coast U.S. Attracts an awful lot of shitty people
Or
because
RGB
because of
gamers.
how many people it will serve.
I have a question to you guys. Do you guys think that Tarkov should be region locked towards Europe and NA?
I don't think so.
I would
don't
say
think so.
no. I would say no.
Like you take the bad with the good, you know. Like I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
mind if like EU players want to play in the US, because I play on the EU sometimes during the day because there's just more people over there.
I
You know,
understand, yeah, for
and
sure.
my time in the morning. You know,
Mm.
so
I mean, I think there's bad things to it and good things to it. But you know, you can't have
sometimes
everything,
I want
right,
to play
in
with
life.
Kip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Like
Right?
I'm on the NA servers a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You ping
Because-
abusing or what?
I used to
'Cause-
play. I used to
Oh,
play
man.
with my South African friends, with my Asian friends. I used to play with my Australian viewers, man. And it was
What
so
the?
yeah,
Australian?
honestly, it was
I think
so
once you start getting
beautiful.
over like 200 plus, like on the ping
200?
side, it does start having like some really negative server sided effects.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's trying to sync people that have like
Mhm.
drastically
Yeah.
different like trips, like round trip times.
Australian
Um,
had 380 ping on it.
I remember doing a challenge that Pest put onto me in labs. He told me that he had told me how to do a labs run and hit every elevator, every extract. I had to turn on every extract and then extract through the vent. And I pistol ran it, and then I connected to an Australian server, and he gave me a money case full of Bitcoin
You see,
for a
it
challenge
was-
that he
yeah.
gave me a
Wow.
long time ago.
I
Wow.
remember that challenge. I watched it live. He went
Yeah.
into
Yeah, yeah,
a bunch of streamers and was like, "Yo,
he
do
was
this.
doing like different
You
streamer
want to try it?
challenges.
Do this." Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah,
Shit.
it was on the list. I remember. Yeah, that was really fun. But
That's
I
like
can't do that
2
now.
years ago. 2 years
You
ago.
cannot, you
Literally
cannot.
two
Can't do
years
that
ago.
now.
I can
I mean-
honestly
Connect them now.
say that
But I
I
do remember
lost.
too when he gave me that money case, and I was trying to follow him through the factory when he gave me the money case. Back then, you could put it in your gamma container and stuff. When he gave me that, I remember trying to follow him through factory, and he was like, whoop, 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 because he was like, I was like 400 ping
Yeah.
to his
Wow.
server, 450
Wow.
ping or something,
Wow.
and he was skipping everywhere. I was like, I would never be able to track a dude like this far out. It
Yeah.
would be impossible.
Yeah. Impossible. You know what? I watched something that really impressed me, Onepeg, and it changed my perspective on accusing people. It was that game where you played against Deadly, and you or Deadly. I
Oh
think
yeah,
it was.
he said that I was speed
Yeah,
hacking,
yeah,
and he
but-
didn't know it was me.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
and it looked just like that. I mean, I completely conceded that.
Yeah,
it
I
looked
watched the
exactly
video.
like
I
was
watched
speed
the
hacking.
video, and I was
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm not gonna report that fast people who's like moonwalking anymore, because that
Yeah.
could be a very legit player, but it's just on my side, you know. Yeah.
There
I
was
mean,
there
if
was
you
an
see Michael
EFT
Jackson,
there was an EFT what the fuck video or WTF video that was
Yeah.
posted yesterday or the day before, and there's a guy playing in a duo with his friend, and his friend is running around in the shoreline like hay bale field
Yeah.
with the tractor, and
Yeah.
he for like 10 seconds like zooming all over the place like he was
Wow.
speed cheating, and it wasn't speed hacks, he was just desynced.
Okay. Okay.
Like
so,
10 seconds.
yeah,
It was
can
insane.
happen.
I was like, I would have thought that guy was cheating all day long, and it was just desync.
Did they
crazy.
completely remove the fuel from the vendors? Not that I know of.
no,
No.
they didn't.
No,
There's
it's just that the
5.7K.
The
Or 6K.
resupply is like super small. If you don't
Okay.
get it in the first like 15 seconds, they're all
I
sold
think
out.
I think it's like 4,000 units at Jaeger.
I think
I think
6,000.
is it
No,
really
it
that
was
high? I thought it
nerfed.
was like 1,500.
Oh really?
Yeah, I
it's
thought it was
nerfed.
something
It
like
was
that as
nerfed
well.
big
No,
time.
no.
It was 6,000, and it was up for like hours, but now
Okay.
it's even lower, so it's gone.
They might only be putting it in his inventory once in a while. It might not be every time.
Another good thing, if you really want to do a trade, go on the flea market. The traders timers are not accurate. If you want really accurate timers, go on the flea market.
Okay. Okay. Good point.
Yeah, the trader timers themselves. are not
Samosh, do
accurate.
you find a lot of hackers? Now, what we were talking about RGB players and such on other maps, because I'm just trying to get a bit of variety and some answers from like everyone. Do you get
Only
some?
reserve and there was one in reserve. Was playing in a 3-man.
Mhm.
2 of us got shot through a concrete wall in King,
Whoa.
and the other one came through the door and sprayed through those tents inside of the basketball court and shot us through the tents. But other than that, no.
Okay.
I've been
could-
seeing them a lot on reserve lately.
On reserve.
A
Okay.
lot.
Okay.
Yeah, reserve and shoreline as well. I came across a guy with a Vepr 366, shot me halfway across the map as if it was like a full auto M4.
Oh.
Oof.
I can for sure say that hackers, I think 11.7 was the worst wipe hacker wise.
Okay.
Was just like 60 or 70% of the player base used to be cheating. You
Oh,
were
yeah.
running a labs and there were at least 1 to 3 cheaters. There were not a raid where there were not a single cheater
No
in there.
shot
Okay.
where there's 60% of the player base cheaters, though. That's a way too high number.
Oh, could be even
No, there
more.
were guys that were making videos where they were doing labs runs and they were saying that
Yeah.
at every raid there was 1 to 3 cheaters because he would use
Wow.
In
wire.
labs,
He would have
yes.
ESP with wireframes,
Yeah.
and they will look at each other through walls and wiggle, and then the one guy with the other
Whoa.
wireframe would look at him and wiggle back.
Yep, I
Wow.
remember
was
that.
like-
I remember
Like
that.
every single raid. And they and what was it? Valve did a study like way back when that said if 5% of the player base is cheating, it affects 95% of the player base. If 5% is cheating,
Exactly.
right? So if you're talking 1 in 10 or 2 in 10 on labs, every labs raid, like that is an absurdly high percentage of the player base.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
every single game you're being affected.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
they're way more careful now than they ever were. And they aren't going ape on people anymore. No more, they don't rage on players nearly as much. They just use like walls and
You know-
like texture modifications so that they can see people. And they'll play it. They won't aimbot you as much, but they'll know that you're there.
They
You know
run
what I mean?
away from you. They
Yeah,
run away from you. I had that
especially if
today.
you're a streamer, because they
Yeah.
don't want to get found out because you'll report
Dude, I
them.
had one today.
Okay.
Came into
Okay.
my chat. Yo, I don't want to kill you, man. Just go extract.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
I
I'm
had
in
one
your
guy-
raid. Go extract. I don't want to kill you.
I remember
What
people
the
I'm a
coming into my
hacker. He
stream and
literally said word for word.
I had a
had
guy
people give me
today.
gear. They'll show up and they'd be like, "Hey man, there's a cheater over there. I'm in your raid." What? And then he'd zoom up and be like, "Yeah, you want his stuff?" Zoom away, kill him, take his stuff, bring it back, drop it at my feet. Like,
That's another situation. On labs, I resp on the bridge and I went to the middle near the hangar and was something weird. I mean, someone ran to me, jump, and I told to my chat, "Oh no, we have a cheater probably." And
Okay.
I didn't want to give him my head because I knew I will be dead. I went into a cinema and I'm waiting and he jumped to me. And I'm standing to him and I don't remember, I wiggle or I put him command go back, something like that. And he put me command the same, go back. And I put him command one more, go back. And he put me the same. And he won't push me, but he didn't want to kill me.
Okay.
I went to the stairs near the basement. He went to me. I put
Yeah.
him go back. He put me go back. I went downstairs and then I'm waiting. He wanna kill me or no? And I'm waiting. Then he went to me. I back one more and all the time. And he pushed me to the sewage conduct.
Okay.
He gave him opto and another things. And he told me I need go extract.
Whoa.
And yeah, that was cheater. He was waiting on me when I go extract. I extracted, and then he went. Look, but he didn't kill me. But I knew it. This is cheater. I felt that. I don't know. Sometimes I have a situation when I feel I have a cheater, and I
Yeah.
wiggle. I
wiggle at them and they go away.
Yes, and then I think maybe he see me. He will be wiggled to
Really?
me, and
Through
maybe
the
he think I'm
walls?
cheater too. And I will be
Wow.
safe.
You look at
No
the sound and you
way.
wiggle at them and they go away. I swear to God.
In labs, off of the spawns, just look at the other spawns. If you know where they are, look towards them, just wiggle.
Yep.
People will fucking leave you
Yeah.
alone.
Yep.
Holy.
You look,
Or go
yeah.
back.
They get close and you hear them through the wall and you look at the sound and you wiggle at them and then they go away.
It's
the
like a
weirdest thing.
brotherhood of hackers. We don't touch each other. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
they don't hit each other. Yeah. So many times. It's so funny.
We have to do this, guys. We have to do this.
I
as
had
well.
today a guy. I was chasing him, like literally through the whole map, chasing. Well, then we reached that hangar and he one-tapped me.
No.
Yeah. He was running away from me while he was cheating.
How
I
can a
was
new
chasing
player?
that man through the whole map, and I'm like, "Come on, why are you such a pussy?
Yeah.
Come, let's fight."
And then he one-tapped you.
Boom, one tap.
Guys, how can a new player figure out their play style?
I mean, that's coming kind of naturally.
You build
By
it up
playing?
over time, don't you?
It's coming kind of naturally. It's coming over time for sure. And
You add little pieces of knowledge, and you
Yeah.
add to this ever-building mountain of knowledge.
analytic the enemy, analytic yourself,
Okay.
for sure.
I definitely feel like when it comes to playstyle and stuff like this in Tarkov, it really boils down to experience,
Mhm.
trying different things and figuring out what works and what doesn't work and what works
Okay.
for certain situations.
So acquiring experience.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like little tricks and neat things you can do, but at the end of the day, it's all about understanding timing of when you should do different things, right?
Like
Yep.
the thing that happens to me all the time, I always get killed when I throw a frag. I don't know if it happens to you guys as well.
The
it's all-
timing when you I feel
Ye-
what you mean. The timing, the timing when you throw the fag and put your gun up is
Yeah.
a little bit long.
Yeah.
A little bit long.
Yeah. And that gets me killed because the guys, I don't know, some of the guys know that you're about to throw a frag and they simply push you, you know. I don't know. It's
I do the same thing. I do the same thing when people throw grenades. I push them.
Yeah. Okay.
I hear the pin. I'm like, okay,
run
let's
at 'em.
fucking. If you're too close to me and you try to throw a grenade at me, I will push you 100%.
You're pushing through. Okay.
So so I think like a lot of the time you might be a little too close to actually be able to
Yeah,
use the
too
grenade.
close.
So you
You're too
shouldn't.
close.
That's your advice. You shouldn't use the grenade then in that case, or be more
No,
careful.
if
If I'm
you-
close, I'll try and arc the grenade so it blows up the moment that it gets to like their feet. If I'm
Mhm.
outside, like
Okay.
if they're on the other side of a small building or something,
Yeah.
I'll try and throw the grenade almost straight up in the air so that it lands right next to them and
Airburst
then blows
them.
up, so they have no chance
That's
of
what
getting
Yeah.
away from
sucks
it.
with max strength. You can't do it anymore. It
Yeah,
blows
there's
up.
there's
You
no
throw it
airburst
so
anymore.
far.
I hate it, man.
I only have level 18 strength. I'm good.
You're good until you're like
Sounds right, my
level
man.
25, man. Once you get to level 25, it gets rough.
Yep, switching to M67s. You know,
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
but I'll VOG 25 toss stuff right at people. all
But
day.
yeah,
that nade should
absolutely
get
though, Red. If you're
removed.
too close,
No way, it's my favorite. I love that shit.
I like the Vogs. I like the Vogs as well.
The 25?
Baseball
Yeah,
throw right at
both
their
of them.
face.
I like them both.
Absolutely.
Ah, damn. Yeah, what I want to say
VOG
is, if you
25s are better now. Do you know? Like
Wait,
VOG 17s have 3-second fuse, and VOG 25 have 2-second.
Yeah,
now.
2
They
seconds.
switched
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
They switched it. Yes.
really?
Yeah. They
But
switched it.
from what I know,
right after the wipe, 25th of December or something. No food after midnight.
Yeah,
Posted
yeah.
this. They also changed the RGD, so the RGD is better than the F1 now in terms of fragment count and also blast radius.
yeah.
Oh, it's
but-
it is, I think, better too because it doesn't make sound sometimes, right? When you throw it.
Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
there's one thing. There's one
Stealth
thing that I
nades.
really hate about grenades. Okay, so if you have two people, one throws a grenade first, and you're throwing a grenade around the same timing. The first grenade to hit the floor makes a sound. The second grenade, if it's too close to the other sound.
It doesn't make.
Doesn't. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
crap.
So I don't know if they have this to prevent it from when it's going ding 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 to stop that or what it is, but it turns out to be like an awful mechanic. This is
Yeah.
why you die to silent grenades a lot of times. A lot of times is when you threw a grenade as well. And
The
that is
best thing
why.
was when the nade exploded on your feet. You guys remember that? Anyone was playing back then?
Yeah.
The nade
And
exploded
it
at your
didn't
feet?
kill you? That's what you mean? Or
No. You were throwing a nade, and there was a bug that the nade exploded on your feet.
Oh, it goes
Oh.
straight. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You
You
would
saw the
throw
nade
it. You would
flying?
throw it, but then it
Yeah.
would like
Yeah.
it would
It
like come
exploded
back.
on your feet.
You
it
remember
would,
the
like, warp
boomerang
back to
grenades
you.
through windows and it's, you watch
Yeah, it
them
would
come
bounce
right
off
back
the
in?
window. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you could even throw them out and you would watch them fly out and then it would
And
just
then
kind of
boom.
stop
And then they
just
would
go
like
straight
warp back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that still happens. That still happens.
Oh
Dude,
my
so
god.
many clips of that stuff
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I
think-
remember, guys.
Who was
some-
it? I think it was Xcuddy where he was on factory and he's like he sees an eight like a Ferrari coming by and be like, what the fuck?
I remember some 3 years ago when the F1 was bugged. Was even though you were behind a concrete wall, it used to kill you. I
Oh, you
remember
mean like
it
the
was.
GL40 when it first was implemented?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was
How
so
about
broken.
firing the GL40 and it not having like a physical projectile? So it's almost like it's like a delayed it's like a
Laser
delayed
beam?
like traced line, and it when you shoot somebody, if you're too close, it will clip through their body and explode on the ground behind them. So like if there's
Clip
like a
of
guy on the other
oh.
side of a scav and I shoot the scav, it'll go through the scav and blow up behind them, but the scav will just take blunt damage.
Damn.
Damn.
It's so stupid, dude.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that still happens.
Some things, for some things, we need time. For sure.
For sure. I have a question to you guys.
Next
Do you
podcast,
guys-
GL40 strats.
Shut up. Do you guys ever play Black Desert Online?
No. No.
No.
I've watched it on Twitch.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking about this suggestion so long. Okay. So Black Desert Online has made a flea market that is not cheatable. You can't cheat on it. There are fixed prices and the prices go up and down. It really depends if there's stock or if there's too much stock. If there's too much stock, price is going to go down.
Okay.
If there's less stock or if there's non-stock, price is going to go up.
Okay.
You don't see the name for who's selling it. You can set pre-orders. And the thing is, there will be a fixed price. And if you click buy, it will tell you nothing else. Then you just purchase the item. It doesn't tell you from who you purchased it or who put it up. Like, you know what I mean? In general, what I wanted to do with this suggestion is to get rid of fawn and rate to make the flea market 10 times better. So the only thing we have to do after that is just right click an item, sell. Boom, it's up the flea market. We don't care how much we sell it for. If there's a lot of stock, you know,
if
there's a lot of stock,
I hate the
then
time that it takes to like put shit up on the flea market too.
it will take longer, but they can increase. For example, we can start from like 10 flea market, you know,
This
items
would be
we can
kind of
put up.
like old school RuneScape's approach with their Grand Exchange, right? You click on an item, it goes to sell, and it like automatically goes for like the average price.
Yes, exactly, for the average
And
price.
you could try to sell it cheaper. You could try to sell it for one ruble, but it'll immediately match that to like the cheapest offer or buy offer. So if you try to sell it for nothing, it'll go to that guy's and sell to him for that price.
Yes, exactly. What I'm
And
trying
the
to do with
highest
this,
as well.
yeah, what I'm trying to do with this is if we implement that flea market, which is a brilliant idea Black Desert has already, we will not longer need the fawn and rate. You will no longer need it because there will be hatchet runners coming back, but the whole RMT thing will be anyways ruined because they can't do their trades due to through the flea market because they don't know which item to buy from because they can buy only one, and this is the lowest price one. You feeling me? So, for example, if Onepeg goes and sells Eletics, he can only put it up for, let's say, 700K.
Yeah,
that's the average price going.
You have a maximum and a minimum price.
Yes, but when Onepeg puts it up, there might be 10 people in front of him who's putting it up, and the RMT sites won't be able to know which item is Onepeg's item.
I see.
So they have to buy the lowest, like, you know, they can't tell which item is Onepeg's.
Yeah.
So what?
Right. So if somebody was,
Oh,
if
so
somebody
like
went,
remove the
he's
player
saying
offers and just make it a pool of items. You buy
exactly.
one from the pool of items.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
a queue.
You have
Okay.
no
Just a
idea
queue.
who you bought it from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't.
so
So I
that way-
can't put
that
up
way
my
you
motion
can't-
for 2 mil.
An RMTer can't put up a GPU or you can't put
5
up a
million.
GPU for 2
Yeah.
million, 5 million or something, and have the RMT guy
Yeah.
Yes,
that
buying it.
sold you the currency buy it from you for that amount.
Yes.
Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
At least
not a bad
we
idea.
can have some. At least that idea will bring some PvP back because we can sell guns and all that kind of stuff to the flea market. Will make people move out of, you know, make the game a little bit more active and not just making it right now. Everything just run towards that one spot, get that GPU, get your ass out of the raid, and sell that GPU to the flea market.
Right.
Okay.
I think
Fellas, I gotta go.
All right.
Yeah. I was thinking on ending the stream, the podcast here as well. And we can definitely repeat this when we have the chance. It is like we're being live for like almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 48 minutes, which is
Thank you for having
definitely
me, man.
which is was definitely a lot of fun, right? Final words, Onepeg, maybe where do you stream and where can people see you and so on?
I stream around like 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern. Usually run like 5-6 hours a day, almost every day of the week. I upload a video to YouTube almost every 2 to 3 days, somewhere around there. All hatchlings must die. That's probably about it.
Word.
All right, Kippenbro, final words.
Sure thing. Sure thing. I stream on Twitch. That's mainly what I do. About 12 hours a day because I'm a crackhead. But mainly Tarkov. Been on a Valheim bender lately. That's what I do, man. Pretty straightforward.
All right.
Thanks for having me as well.
Always a pleasure. Dinez, we're gonna leave Shina. For the end. Yeah, the best for the end.
Ladies first, actually, but you know,
It's okay.
it's okay.
The thing is, Onepeg started it, and the way I see you guys on the screen is I see Shina the last, but I can gladly go to Shina. I don't want to be misunderstood. Yeah, that's why I even said it.
She had to be first. I mean, you know.
Yeah, blame Onepeg, not .redseven.
Yeah, it's fine. Everybody else blames me for shooting.
Exactly.
Might as well be my fault.
Okay, let's go. Let's go with Shina. Of course, definitely. Shina, final words. Where can people find you? Streaming schedule and so on.
Yeah, I am almost every day at morning, 9:30. But everything is depend of situation because, like I said when we started, I'm full-time mom, and when my son is not in kindergarten because, for example, he's sick, I need to change schedule, and then I play at night.
Yeah.
But usually I play at morning. Yes, on Twitch, and you can see laps.
All right. Okay, Dinez. Now you have the word.
I'll mainly stream on Twitch, 24/7 labs as well, 6p3 TM rig, you know, SP6 or SPP.
No helmet.
And do some YouTube videos.
No OnlyFans streams?
Can I say that here?
Yes.
Too late.
OnlyFans? I mean, I post. No, I'm just kidding. But Kippenbro, I'm pretty sure that man has an OnlyFans, so make sure to check that out.
Oh, you already know. You said mainly Twitch, mainly Twitch. I was like, oh,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, mods, thank you very much for posting the links for the guys' Twitch channels. From what I see there, very beautiful of you guys. Thank you. Samosh, final words, my man.
You're leaving it like the most underwhelming guide to near the end. It's like I don't stream very often. I stream 4 days a week. I've only been doing it for 3 weeks. I die a lot. I don't do very good with the YouTube guides. I'm slacking on that. But no,
smooth as hell voice though. Just saying.
Yeah. If you want me to do some ASMR and scream in your ear when I die, then come check me out, I suppose.
All right, so you can find Samosh on both YouTube and Twitch. Onepeg, YouTube, doing a very good job with the news and with some other content, and also on Twitch. Shina, I don't know, Shina, do you have a YouTube channel as well?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel.
Okay, so both YouTube and they're on Twitch. Kippenbro as well, and Dinez as well. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for having a beautiful, beautiful conversation. I did not expect this to go this well. Yeah, I thought we're going to be using a more mechanical. I ask the questions, you guys respond, but it was like a very beautiful conversation. I'm very proud that I was able to have you guys on this small channel and talk about our favorite game. Yes.
Thanks for having us, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
We shall talk some other time. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, guys, or beautiful rest of the day. And take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Much love. Much love.
Much love.